All right, you guys ready?
Do you have an intro?
I do. Ready?
I'm so excited.
Get ready for this. All right. Well, you see, this is why I don't want to do an intro because y'all are just gonna laugh.
you set it up like, y'all ready for this? I'm about to ask like,
No, you try.
Have you seen that meme that's going around where it's like the guy at the beginning of the cop chase show is like, get ready, buckle up, strap
I
in,
have not.
jump in, jump off. It's just like 2 minutes straight of that. It's pretty funny. You guys, welcome to the OS Media Podcast. This is, I'm going to say officially episode 1. We did a pilot episode earlier. We shot episode 2, technically. Didn't like any of that. And now we've come up with a brand new format that I think we're really happy with. And we've gotten rid of all the expensive furniture that we got for a lobby.
Cut out the middle.
Yeah, we're stripping it down, bare bones.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got our workbench.
Basics.
And it's working great. So yeah, we've got actually quite a few different things to talk about. We have a few different topics. Yeah, I don't know which one do we want to jump into first. You mentioned a lot of different things that had me really intrigued that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
We've got some awesome projects like we wanted to recap, and then I try to at least before the episode come up with a theme of like, hey, here's something to go into that we can talk about. So, yeah,
Real quick, before we get into our list,
yeah.
if this is our first official third episode of the podcast,
Yeah.
do you
Welcome
want
to the first ever, third ever
the
OS Media
first
podcast.
official third episode?
Yeah.
If you do, you want to just talk about who we are? OS Media.
Yeah, we could do that.
You know,
We can do that.
What kind of stuff we do? That kind of.
So,
Honestly, actually, can I do something real quick? I have a feeling AI is going to be a big discussion in this episode. Am I wrong on that?
No.
No. Okay, I'm gonna go grab my laptop
Einstein?
real quick. I actually can't grab it. It's connected to the broadcast booth.
Okay.
Shoot. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold on.
What's bro doing?
I would like to pause.
You guys introduce yourself. I'll be right back.
I just want to
Sure,
pause real
weird.
quick.
Yeah.
You
So-
said AI, and then you said Albert Einstein.
Yeah, what's your problem?
Okay.
You got something you want to say about
I
it?
forgot that started with an I.
Yeah.
Einstein.
You listen to it. Einstein.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. I shouldn't have questioned it.
IEIN.
Yeah. No. You
S-E-
tell me. I saw Oppenheimer.
I-
I
yeah.
saw him in Oppenheimer.
I think he's gonna show up in the next the Avengers movie too.
Oh, they're
The
hinting at JFK, so I think he might make an appearance.
I love I keep seeing what Call of Duty game is it where JFK is in it? I keep seeing cuts.
Like a one.
He's like, I hear you're our best man. Frank, tell him. It's the most incredible shit. Like,
Honestly,
I wanna-
was goaded.
I want to play as JFK. I want a Call of Duty game where you play as like a round roster of the presidents and you
Well, that's
Yeah,
Black
bro.
Ops Zombies. That's you can play as Nixon, JFK,
play as Nixon.
Fidel Castro. It's pretty
You
sick.
play like the zombies.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it's.
Will you try to pull
I got it on my phone now. So
I like that we can't.
so you guys. Oh yeah, okay. I'll bring the feedback. God damn.
You there, boy? Go back to the computer.
Okay. So, since you guys didn't introduce yourself at all during that time I was gone, you
You
guys
did in a way.
about some other
You get a
stuff.
vibe.
Well, I don't want to. I don't care about us individually. I'm talking about the collective us. Like, what does OS Media do?
You never think about us anymore.
Oh.
It's always about you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're a creative agency. We started out focused on video production, which I feel is a great kind of refreshing drive now that we're a creative agency that focuses on marketing, web development, social media management, and marketing. I was actually just having a meeting with a client yesterday, and they were really testing me on like, well, what makes you qualified to do this? And that was really my pitch. I was like, well, we come from video production first, so really we like to focus on narrative work that really drives marketing aspects. And they really like that answer. They kind of stopped getting really defensive and aggressive towards me, and they're just like, oh wow,
Shut the
Wow.
right up.
yeah, I suddenly
Yeah.
earned their respect
Yeah.
real quick. It was a great meeting overall, but it's a lot of money, lots at stake here, so they just want to find the right person for the job. They see me, you know,
Unassuming fella.
exactly. Exactly. So, but yeah, so AI is definitely, like I said, I want to go back to this real quick because you guys have used ChatGPT.
No.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I'm genuinely.
More of a
using it.
Gronk.
You've never used it?
No,
All right.
never used it.
Honestly, I'm proud of you. That's pretty good. I use it for a couple applications. It's super useful.
Yeah.
Recently, and this links to another topic we'll be talking about. There's a YouTube channel that I've been following, and they mentioned Claude. Have you guys heard of Claude?
I've heard the name. I don't know what it specifies in.
Very similar to ChatGPT. For me, I think it's way more organic. It's less robotic, and it's actually pretty impressive. So I've been doing estimates all week. That's kind of my thing, is like estimates and proposals.
Who are the estimates
guy?
guy?
Yeah.
You got some numbers I
I got some funny numbers.
you know?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I put in the prompt of give me a description of each person on the team, and I kind of just want to read off what Claude.
us?
Yes.
Oh,
What? Claude doesn't know me.
You want to?
Does Claude know me?
You want
Does
to?
Claude know
Here we
me?
go. I'll start with you.
All right. Let's see. Does
All
Claude
right,
know
so
me?
Matthew Munier isn't just your average video producer. He's the creative powerhouse behind the camera who brings magic to every production. When he's not collecting awards as one of New England's most creative video editors,
Whoa, dude.
he's lighting up the office with his infectious humor that makes even the most stressful deadlines feel manageable.
Yeah, I don't think Claude does know me.
No,
Yeah.
you are infected.
With an eye
But I've never won
Yeah,
any of them.
dude, with an eye trained through the vintage lens of film photography, Matthew brings an artistic sensibility to his work that's both nostalgic and cutting edge.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow, we.
Damn.
Yeah.
I could have said it better myself, but if I were to, I'd also say that in addition to that, I'm also just, a really good cook. So Claude missed a couple.
He did miss a couple things. I don't.
Yeah,
I
That's
don't
beautiful.
see
That's
the
beautiful.
Cooking.
So like, how does
Cool.
Claude get this info though? Like, how are you building this?
So it's interesting. So I said in the beginning, just give me a description, and they responded with fill in a couple of these like key points. Like they asked me very specific traits about you. They're like,
Right.
what about this, this, and that? And I
Okay.
was bare bones with it. I gave her no information, and it brought me this.
Claude, you ain't getting nothing from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I could go on and on. It's like it's
My address. I so security number. All my banking info.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah.
the true Matthew experience happens in person, where his
Oh, you know it happens in
he shines
person.
brightest.
Yeah.
Whether he's cracking jokes on set or doing his latest film photography.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
That's it.
Yeah, in a world of digital shortcuts, Matthew Meaner is the real deal. Yeah.
Damn right. And it won't be as good, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So that was you. And then we got Eric.
Okay.
Eric Roth, the narrative architect.
Whoa. He's the
Whoa,
architect.
And honestly, I'm amazed that it brought up the word architect, because I know
architect.
Eric is super into architecture. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
use that as a prompt.
Eric
word,
Roth,
so-
the brutalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually made a movie about
Yeah.
recently. Oscar contender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But yeah, keep fluttering.
yeah, here we go. I think this is great. In the space between what clients envision and what the audiences remember, Eric Roth works his particular magic as a creative director whose listening skills rival his storytelling abilities. Eric possesses that rare talent of transforming scattered client ideas into a cohesive visual narrative that resonates long after the screen goes dark.
That's true.
It's a banger line. I don't know if it applies to me, but
I would agree with it. I would
Very true.
the listening line, especially, I'm like, where did they grab that from?
Well, I think because
It's watching.
I mentioned that you're kind of quiet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
kind
Well,
quiet.
Quiet,
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
exactly.
I won't speak another word on this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm busy constructing. Building my mind.
With documentary roots that have shaped his approach to authenticity, Eric doesn't just direct creative projects, he excavates the genuine story waiting to be told in every assignment.
Whoa.
Oh, you're digging, dude.
Yeah.
Excavating.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, I will say I was like very impressed with how it came up with this dialogue.
Yeah.
Definitely this is a tool that I'm
What's it say about you? I need to. You're kind of bearing the lead.
it just said dude's a loser.
Wow.
It just says Truman.
Yikes.
The guys whose descriptions confuse.
Truman is a man.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It just the man whose descriptions can just confuse even the brightest minds.
You're just making it up.
Yeah, I didn't do one for me.
Why?
Just at the time, I literally like because I fit like the
It is a little
one
self-indulgent.
page. You're like, oh, stop it.
Oh,
stop it.
say that.
Wait, what do you think about me though?
Little me.
Do you like me though?
Yeah.
You like me more, right? I'm your favorite.
I'm
dog.
also an architect.
Can you take the word architect out of Eric's and actually like put it in mine? Because I think I'm actually more of an architect, really.
You know,
Yeah. So
I'm more of an engineer.
yeah. I do have a lot of the
You have a sculptor
yeah
persona.
sculpting and
Okay.
yeah. So that was one tool I discovered this week was Claude, which I'm gonna use more. And then we kind of stumbled upon another tool that actually kind of was super. I don't know. It left us with some very mixed emotions.
Yeah.
I'll let Eric start us from the beginning.
Yeah, so we worked with a client called Versatope. They work with vaccines, specifically the flu vaccine right now, hopefully malaria in the future. But we did a project for them for their website, just kind of do an overview of their whole business and everything. But in one of the interviews, a critical line, there's an error in like the specific stats that they were trying to say. Should we say the specific? Or do you think that should be left?
It was a number.
Yeah, it was
a number to a stat.
Exactly. Yeah, and a very important stat to the work they do.
Yeah, and again, because this is medical, and you got to be very strategic on what you're saying because there's a lot behind it. Like for a company that's like working on going public or in that space, you can't make any like promises. Like you have to just be very specific if you're doing like any kind of wishful thinking or like, oh, we're visions for the future. You have to say very specific things. And at the time of this interview, there's a couple things that weren't correct. So we were kind of in a jam of like, we had kind of already reached the maximum budget for this shoot, and there's no going back and reshooting for a couple lines.
And it really was just like literally like 2 words that they needed to have fixed. I mean, we studied it out a bit, but problem was with that number specifically. So we tried out a piece of AI called 11 Labs, where it like takes a recording of the interview that we shot or just the audio, you pump it in there, and then you can generate whatever text from just the prompt in the audio that you upload. And the results were quite shocking. The first couple iterations it pumped out were not that great, but you can kind of like alter it a bit.
Yeah, you can just keep kind of regenerating, and it'll give you different cadences, inflections, which I don't even know is that the right word, but
yeah, I think I would say it is like cadence, because like what we were struggling with was like the way she ended the sentence, and so
because depending on where it is in the sentence, you say things differently. So
like they were making it seem like there was like a comma and that she had more to say. It was very much a final statement in her dialogue. So the piece that we got out of the AI was like the final piece. You really could not tell the difference. And in the end, this saved the client a ton of money. In an alternate universe where AI didn't exist, that either would have been cut and the project would have suffered, or we would have had to go back and reshoot it like you were saying, and they would have had to spend thousands of dollars. Would they have done that? Who's to know? So that's why we're kind of in this like weird moral ethical quandary of AI, where it's like, for me personally, this really shows what AI is best at, is fixing and altering very small pieces of your content.
Working with something you already have.
Something
you already have an interview and you're just trying to like, fix it. Which is what we do in editing anyways.
It's frustrating to see where you have this product, you need to alter it slightly and it can do it so easily, and you hope, oh, I wish it could just end there. But it doesn't end there. People can just create stuff whole cloth from AI now. And it's only going to get worse and worse. So it's like, it sucks. I wish we could just put a period here and be like, okay, this is all we can use AI for, is if you've already done the bulk of the work and you just need to tweak things, fine tune it. But like, that's not the reality we live in.
Exactly. And I'm sure Kodak would have been like, can we stop at like a 2-megapixel motion digital sensor?
Can we just, guys, this is too much.
Yeah.
You're like Oppenheimer here. Like, you don't know the power you're playing with here.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I think I used to be kind of really, I'm still like very much, I don't use AI unless I absolutely have to. I'm just really not a fan. But I will say, like, I used to kind of be afraid of like where our industry is going with that thing. I still am on some levels, but at the end of the day, like, the only things that AI could truly replace us for on whole projects are projects that, if it can really replace us, then it's clearly not our thing. Like, there's all these projects that we do that are so personality based and so story based and so human based that no AI, even if we use the AI to like help fluff that up, no AI could make that out of scratch or know how to tell that human story.
Yeah.
So like, can an AI make a shitty like Coca-Cola ad or whatever? Yeah, sure. But like, I don't really care. Like,
Yeah.
did I really want to make a shitty Coca-Cola ad anyways? Like, again, it sucks that it's progressing to that point, but I also feel kind of secure in that the creative filmmaking that really counts and that matters is not really, because of why it is so good, it's not really possible for it to completely just be taken over, really.
Yeah, and I mean that's what people are saying just like across the industry is that AI mimics and has to like take what's already been done by humans to be able to conjure up whatever it is. So it is humans that have to be at the forefront of actually creating things to move anything forward. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we're gonna have this kind of terrible repetitive loop of AI just bringing up what's already been done over and over and over again, and nothing will really move forward.
Right.
So that being said, it's only a matter of time till Claude AI that generated those descriptions can meet up with whatever video generation and then combine those together and make something.
Right. It definitely can make something, but like, can it make this something with the same emotional weight as like the Honor Flight?
Yeah. I mean,
does it know like
right now.
the specifics of how to do that?
Yeah, not right now.
I mean, I genuinely don't think it could ever.
I don't know why
think
we
it
would
could.
want to, because I mean,
Right.
the projects we're talking about are like documentary projects,
Right. Like,
a
it's
real
just not
thing happened.
Right. It's not possible
Yeah.
for something.
But
Yeah.
I don't want to take away
Same.
because like you brought up the Coca-Cola example,
Right.
Like, even though that's not like a real story, that's not
Right.
a real thing that happened. Like, real people would have worked on that and made that a
Yeah.
video, and now they don't get that.
Now they don't have that.
Yeah.
And it's like that.
It's scary. It's definitely scary. Yeah.
It's just disappointing. It's
Yeah,
like
it really
it's
is.
like,
It really is.
do we really gain as a society by having this? I
Yeah.
don't think so at all.
And especially after this whole Studio Ghibli thing, like there has been
Dude,
a
that's been
huge
horrible.
pushback for
Yeah.
that. And really, when I go to meetings now, I rarely come across it because it's still just in like the infancy stage, AI and video generation. But the way I look at it is, if you want to take your brand seriously, like one way to take it seriously is to build like actual trust.
Yeah.
There's no trust building with AI generated
No.
stuff. And that's kind of the pitch I bring to the table is like AI is important. There's tools that can help bring efficiency to the table where it either saves the client money and time. But in terms of video production, which is for us, the focus of our video production is kind of building a brand that builds up on trust and value of knowledge. You're not going to do that through AI. You're going to really destroy trust with your clients because already people are already... AI is just this instant generated mush that a lot of like scammy companies are just using
Right.
to
A lot of it
advertise.
makes you seem less credible and less
Yeah.
kind of.
Exactly. So I mean, we are testing with like, okay, what AI tools can we use to like put together a commercial, and we're gonna see how it resonates. But when you're really trying to be an official status brand, generating AI is not the way to do that for your customers or your audience.
Yeah.
So we say, we do use AI tools to help your business out, but it really should not be done with video production. Video production through the organic process of really revealing who you are as a person or a brand or a company should not involve clear, just full AI production. Again, here we are using it
I
to
was going
fix
to say
things.
we did use a tool though.
Yeah, to fix things, but and again, it gets a little,
Eric's having his Oppenheimer moment right
Yeah.
now, dude.
yeah,
This is it.
yeah,
What have I done?
exactly.
We can't put this genie back in the bottle, guys.
No, no.
Yeah. But so that's the way I pitch it. I mean, yeah, we'll use it to help things out, but I mean that AI stuff that we used, that's what 0.5% of that video as a whole. I mean, we used actual footage, actual interviews.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
sound
3-minute video, and her sections. I mean, we did have to change the second part as
yeah,
well.
but
So
overall, that's
it's probably
3
like
seconds of audio, 4 or 5 seconds of audio.
it's
Bump.
probably like
Yeah.
5 or 6,
Yeah.
but yeah, in the grand scheme of a 3-minute video, it is a very small section. But it's a slippery slope. It's like
It is.
5 seconds turns into 15 seconds, turns into 30 seconds, turns into. Actually, this whole entire narration was AI generated.
This video right now you're watching is,
Yeah.
we're not here right now. We're
Yeah.
sitting on our desks
yeah,
watching Oppenheimer,
yeah.
and this is just
Exactly.
being generated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys, I wasn't here, but you guys came up with a funny thing of like what client would go immediately towards just having a whole AI video.
Just completely AI generated
yeah.
content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, shouldn't name names, but
yeah. We'll pull it out. We had some
yeah.
We had some theories.
some theories. Yeah,
If you're thinking about it too much, it's probably you.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
we end on that, but
but again, like it's like you said, like obviously it's a slippery slope and it is scary and things are going to change a lot. But I don't know, I'm just not as scared as I used to be because again, like without people like us, like talented video people to actually like use the tools, like the tools themselves when they're just by themselves trying to construct things, it's still like kind of embarrassing and like companies
That's true.
and people are like, ugh, like
yeah,
I don't
No.
feel fear about it. It's
Yeah.
not fear so much as it's like disappointment. Like because even if we use it to be more efficient, it's like what is that efficiency stripping? It's stripping jobs. It's stripping
Yeah.
people doing real work. You
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
it's like a lot of smaller productions used to have like way more people in them.
Well,
you know?
it's very sad. Like even in like the film industry and the ad industry as a whole, like now it's like you have to be like a media person. You have to be able to do video and photo and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Whereas back then, yeah, all those people were individual jobs at a company, and they all had separate
Right.
jobs, and it's just slowly dwindling.
So
Yeah.
it's just so disappointing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like we celebrate this efficiency, we're saving people money, but ultimately by saving money, we're taking money from someone else.
Yeah.
You know, it's cyclical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 yeah. I mean, honestly, I think about it like these are how the people felt in Detroit, like with the automotive industry. You know, all the like the labor jobs that were here in
Yeah.
the early 1900s, and that absolutely collapsed. I mean, yeah, this is like the next sector to kind of go through that. So, yeah, it's tough. It's kind of a
I think
tough
it's
industry to be in.
I think it's especially bad now because before we've just made, primarily like labor jobs more efficient and that kind of stuff. But we're making art more efficient. And should art be more efficient? Do we gain as a society by having art be more efficient? I don't think so. I think art is a process. And
Yeah.
the process is half of the art.
But then here's the other thing, though, because I agree with you, but at the same time, like building a car in some way is also kind of an art. Like
True.
every single thing that we consider a trade job, it's
Yeah, like a
they're all a craft at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously I love the craft of video the most, but you have to look at everybody's work. At some point, it started out as like whether through necessity or through desire was a craft that someone had to hone in and be really good at. Like the people that made people's shoes, like the guy who made everyone's
Yeah.
shoes for
Yeah.
the town, that was his craft. And now it's like, that's a shoe factory. And
That's true.
it is really sad. Obviously, would I go back in time and just live as a shoesmith? Probably. Sounds like a beautiful. Yeah, if I was the cobbler, it sounds like it would be a beautiful life, like honestly. And it is sad to think about not only in video. I think it's more that because video and media is so present in everyone's lives, it's just illuminating everything. But I
Mhm.
think that's just kind of happening with so many jobs, and it's kind of, it's really sad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to lose that kind of artistry.
It's just before this big AI boom, we would talk about AI and automation in the way of like, oh, we'll automate all the things we don't want to do, so we'll
Yeah.
have more time to do the things we want to do.
And now they're trying to automate the things that everyone wants to do.
Exactly.
Like,
And
why would I do that?
And why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we actually doing this for?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the part that really gets me. It's like, isn't art kind of, well, for a lot of people, that's like the dream of what they always wanted to do. But now we're trying to like be like, well, now you don't even have to write a song. You can just get it to do it. I'm like, don't people like spend like their whole lives wishing that they could have the job of writing a song? And now we're like, no, you don't even have to do that anymore. I'm like, I don't want to do it because I have to do it. I want to do it because I want to do it. Like, that's why it exists. I don't know. Yeah.
Do you think there's like big producers like in the industry that are just going to like a Chat GPT to like help write songs and then they hand it off to a
100%.
That's definitely happening. And there's also like, I don't know how well it's taken off. I just know a couple weeks ago there was some music recording company that came out with a new, like, basically you just kind of put in your idea for a song, you put in just like random scraps and it just kind of makes the song. And literally the guy is such a loser because he was on this podcast. He's the owner of this like company. He's like, because you know, like, it's really hard to make music, man. Like, you have to be good at an instrument. You have to like learn it. And everyone's like, yeah, man, that's why you're not doing it, because you obviously can't.
Yeah,
you don't have the desire to even learn how to do
Nobody
this.
wants to work anymore.
Or like if you don't have the drive enough to learn how to play an instrument, then you don't deserve to be a musician. If you don't have the drive to want to, like, as much as we use AI for tools, at the end of the day, I just don't think you deserve to be able to even make this kind of stuff for a living unless you actually like care enough to learn how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's just annoying, and I don't know where I fall on it. I agree with you on just like seeing these people where like they've spent months to like get to a specific skill level for, let's say, playing an instrument, and here's somebody just like streamline the process where nobody's had to go through like theories and practice.
But here's the
developing
thing,
style, and they were just like, yeah, just do this, and it's just like.
But here's the thing, though, is like, yeah, that's the thing. It's soulless. Like, at the end of the day, it might pop up for a little while, and like maybe in a way it could become popular. But at the end of the day, I think in a like standing the test of time, kind of looking at it from that, perspective, I don't think stuff like that's ever gonna be relevant, because again, like, obviously there's like the pop or just like music that just kind of is played to be background music, and the same thing with videos. There's videos that just kind of have to be created to kind of be like, oh, we need a social media presence. Here's some videos or whatever. Yeah. People swipe through.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, it'll come and go. But the stuff that people remember, I just don't think AI has the capability of making something memorable and important.
Well, and I think that reflects. And again, going back to why I think like our kind of the way we're advertising ourselves is that like we're not going to let AI. We're not going to resort to AI tools for really making entire videos or making like a big chunk of the video.
Right, so we're not resorting to AI creation. We're using AI as tools on things we have created.
Things and,
right.
Yeah. Again, fix things.
We're not the problem, guys. I swear.
We're not the problem, man.
Yeah. But no, because again, like so I was doing some just like comparisons. There's a company that has been posting AI content on their social media platform. And we have one client, we just finished up a social media package. And funny enough, they've been kind of posting at the same rate. There's many different factors to this. They're slightly different industries. But I've been looking at what kind of engagement the AI content is providing for this client and versus what our content has been providing for the client.
Yeah.
It's a landslide. There's no engagement or thought, or people are not stopping to look at that content versus the stuff we created. Generated way more engagement, got in front of an audience that they actually wanted. Huge difference. And I was just kind of curious because I'm like, oh, they just posted this and our client just posted our content. I'm going to just follow these two and see how it stacks up. And not a single piece of proof of engagement from that AI.
I mean, why would you engage with a piece of AI content?
You're like,
it's meaningless. Nothing in it.
Yeah.
They don't care about me, clearly,
The only AI content I've ever has ever resonated with me in any way is stuff that's like making fun of AI itself. The fact that like the Crab Jesus stuff, like that kind of thing.
I love Crab
it's funny
Jesus.
That this thing is so bad.
I think it's tricking people or something.
Somehow generating Crab Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no reason to be engaging with this content. So
Yeah.
I don't understand what value clients see in generating that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the dangerous thing with agencies that are just like flashing AI features as like a piece of their like skill set of like, oh, we are AI ready. Yeah. And people spend all this money because it's like, oh, we used advanced AI tools to make things cheaper. But it's like you're spending this extra for an agency that's like AI trained, but their usage of AI generates absolutely nothing. So yeah, that's just what I've been seeing right now. And obviously, it changes every day, which is like kind of the exhausting part. It's a lot to follow and just see where it develops, and us trying to just like stay true to like.
Stay true.
So yeah, it's like
forget where you came from.
We're gonna stay on our morals and stay in this like we gotta keep this like
Fight the good fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but at some point, there does have to be like a level of like you do need to be in on some AI trends.
Well, that's the thing. Like, as much as we can
Can't
talk
get buried
about,
by completely.
right? You do need to have knowledge of it,
Yeah.
or else you will just kind of get buried. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's fortunate and unfortunate, but you do have to have knowledge in it, or else you will just kind of be wiped out by it. which is,
Exactly.
So
it has been a big thing of us, especially me lately, just like testing the waters of like, okay, what is a good balance? What's really going to benefit the client? Instead of promising, oh, we can make you 160 pieces of content thanks to AI, and all of it is garbage. Versus like, hey, we've got these AI tools that can fix this, and that can, remove some tedious tasks on your end, especially with the web development stuff that we're doing. We really focus and say like, okay, what can AI do? Like if someone's got this role, what's just one thing that they don't have to worry about anymore? That if they're swamped, they would like to spend more time focused on X, Y, and Z, but they have to keep coming back to hours a week on this, what can we build out of AI to just say, all right, that you don't have to worry about anymore. You can use that free time on yourself, or like you said, we have people that come up to us all the time. Every time I'm on the phone with a client, they're like, sorry, I haven't gotten to that because I'm swamped. I always take in notes of like, what are you swamped on? Like, what is taking up so much of your time? And then learning of like, okay, would there be a way to help streamline, organize, or automate this process for them? Through whatever web development or digital service that we're doing. And, that is where it comes in handy. And then again, our organic content that is not just pumped through an AI, prompt, is really what's giving a lot of value and brand trust within the face of the company. So, I just find that balance in today's age is good.
Yeah.
It's good. So I think that's the important thing. It's a lot of power of trying to find that balance and not abusing and finding out what's actually efficient. Because I see ads for AI tools all the time, and there's just so much gimmicky stuff of like, oh, you're gonna want this AI tool, when it's just like, this is just a rebranded ChatGPT prompt. Like that's.
I might see ads for the tools more than I see the actual AI itself.
Yeah.
Like, AI content.
Yeah.
Which is a little upsetting. But
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've covered AI.
Yeah. All right.
So
Good thoughts though. I really thought that was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Glad we had that.
So other clients we worked with in March, we had My Turn, which we just shot with yesterday.
Yes. Is there any other key things? So this was actually it wasn't like our most dynamic or advanced like shoot. It was literally just the three of us.
Oh, it's advanced, all right.
Flies.
Three fellas just going.
Yeah.
Well, people are trying to do their thing.
Yeah, we were just kind of flies on the wall, because really what we're making is pretty close to a documentary, and we're just trying to fill in some gaps of B-roll footage that we'd like. So we all just kind of brought people together and just wanted them to interact with specific members in the community.
Just to give some context, My Turn is like a after-school program in Manchester, New Hampshire, where they kind of help kids that are little, they don't have as much support in their lives. So it's just a program to give them, resources, whether for homework or, getting
life.
out of college,
Yeah,
getting into
yeah.
college life,
Yeah,
stuff.
even like job placement.
Yeah,
Just like
so-
if they want to learn a skill, they've got faculty and staff that can either help them or point them in the right direction and get them into college courses and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
it's cool. It's great to be a part of that and support it in the way we can. So yeah, so we all three went there and just kind of filmed these interactions. And so in the last episode of the podcast that never aired, and I'll just, we looked at 10 different cameras for what our next camera was going to be. And
Every single thing we tried to guess was actually really wrong, or at least I did. I don't think I got a single camera right, except for one. I got one right.
Apple, yeah.
Ones I felt so sure about, though.
Yeah, so we kind of
Clearly
landed
right.
down to two, and ultimately we landed on this guy.
I forgot he brought that.
Look under your chair, everybody. You'll find a brand new Canon.
Yeah, how's that looking now? There we go. So this is
Wow.
the C400. Yeah, so this is our new piece of equipment at OS Media.
My turn.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Was that a joke?
My turn.
Yeah. So I'm just curious now, Eric, you spent some time with this yesterday.
You were hogging it.
What do you think?
You were hogging it.
What do you think?
So I really love it. The handheld is great, especially. Usually I rely on a lot of like slow-mo for handheld. And I really didn't use much slow-mo yesterday. Although I did shoot a couple shots in slow-mo, and I'm curious how they look because we haven't actually touched that with this camera. Something I'm still getting used to on this is the fact that it's full frame. Like we brought a lot of different primes yesterday, and just to try out a bunch of different lenses. And
Yeah, because we do have not the largest collection, but we have a lot of lenses, a lot of primes that in most of our shooting scenarios we don't use. We have a set of Tamron zoom lenses that really, before we had this, our Canon C70s were our other cameras that we'd use, and it really the 15 to 30 and then 24 to 70 is what lived on those cameras. So this was a shoot again where we were just it wasn't a fast-paced shoot. It was just like, we're gonna chill out, document, just see what happens with these interactions and capture moments of it. So we were able to kind of swap lenses, experiment around with the look of each lens, and so yeah.
I was really liking the 45 on this.
Yeah.
It is a 45, right?
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite from the bunch. I started out on the 80, which was really good. That was actually because the 80 on the C70 can be a little tight sometimes, but on this I felt it was great. But the 45 was like a great middle ground because I also tried the 28, and that was like, in the right context, this would look great. But for specifically what we're shooting, I was like, 28 is way too wide. Right
Yeah,
now. Like, not getting anything.
Yeah.
So I took that off after like 2 shots and was like, I'm gonna try out the 45, and that I was like very, very happy with. I also did the 135. That was good as well. I think I preferred the 80, but that was a good.
And then I took the 135 and put it on the crop sensor, and it was great.
Dude,
It's crazy.
Yeah. Because I was gonna ask you, what was your favorite experience with all the lenses that we tried out?
I mean, I've shot a lot with the Helios. I really like that on the crop sensor. I think that's nice. I'm kind of curious as to how it'll fit in. I did really like the vibe of the 135 on the crop because it gives that kind of really. It's just like really stylized. So I don't know how much I would use it.
And
like
super intimate.
It's kind of intimate, but again, it's like you're so far away that it kind of feels kind of compressed and separate.
Right, the compression, but still like.
It kind of has that that Safdie brothers kind of like. It does have a certain thing about it. I don't know, because it's so tight. You see all the motions of the camera, and it's like it just feels a little sloppy in like kind of the right way, where you're like, you just feel it feels very like hand crafted kind of thing, which I really appreciate. Again, if I was shooting like a really stylized documentary, like that wasn't like to sell something, but it was just like to make a documentary, I would definitely do like a lot of crazy stuff with it. But
what lens would you pair with that? Like if you had to shoot on 2 lenses and you had
probably this 35, honestly.
35 and then the 135.
Because I think this 35 is great. Maybe even something tighter. Like I really do want to explore some more 40 mil lenses because I don't really have one yet, but I keep seeing some that I would really be interested in grabbing because I do like that kind of that in between of 35 and 50.
It's funny you say that. I can't remember if it's 40 or 45 millimeters. I think it's 45. But I mean, we have a lot of Tamron lenses. We have the 90 millimeter macro, 15 to 30, 24 to 70. Tamron also, out of that, it's called the SP2 Gen 2 lineup. They make a 45 1.8 with optical stabilization. And
Okay.
it's a lens that's just like, it looks pretty good. It's 1.8 with optical stabilization, and it's super cheap right now because it's a lens that nobody
Tell me Tamron's cheap.
got. Yeah.
What?
And I think they're good optical quality. So that was a lens actually I was thinking about
Yeah.
picking up just to try it out. Because I'm a big fan of 40, 45.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, the film camera I've been using the most lately for 35 millimeter, it came with just like a 40 mil like pancake lens.
oh yeah.
And I thought I bought like a 28 for it because I was like, well, I love 28. That's kind of like my default for photography. But honestly, I think the 40 has become my new default. Like I don't ever put the 28 on that. I love that on the full frame.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's a perfect pairing, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just so close to like what you see as a human being. I don't know what the technical, like what the actual, people always are like, this is the focal point that
50.
this is what,
What
yeah.
I'll say, yeah.
People always say like, yeah, very specific numbers, but it just feels very
apparently
natural.
56 or 58, which is
Yeah,
why
I don't know,
I wonder if like
Everyone says
the
different.
Helios has a lot of characteristics, but I'm
Both
curious
these eyes
at
are
what point.
135, dude. I'm
Yeah.
super zoomed in.
That's
Yeah.
the thing though, is the Helios feels telephoto, even though it isn't really, but it kind of feels telephoto. I don't know why, but
Interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, I just really like 40. And again, like it kind of pushes you sometimes when you have, because obviously when you have a really telephoto or really wide lens, it already in itself is kind of, it's already stylized in a way because it's not something you're used to seeing. It's not like how human beings see the world. But it kind of pushes you creatively when you're shooting on a lens that has a more like normal, just kind of like average field of view. Like the 35 on the full frame. It just looks very like, yeah, this is normal. This is mostly just kind of like what things look like. And so it kind of pushes you creatively, especially in like photography, to be like, well, I have this very like average kind of bland like framing. So now I have to like work extra hard to like you really have to like work harder to kind of make the photo interesting.
Compelling.
So it actually makes you like rely on making good photo instead of just being like, well, it's like a super crazy wide angle lens. So like anything looks wacky or whatever, you know? So I don't know. I kind of enjoy it on the creative limitations kind of.
Yep. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think overall my most favorite focal length is probably like 35 in general. Like,
Yeah.
It's just good.
Just good for everything.
Yeah, 35 and 85, like,
Yeah.
it's funny because we have zoom lenses, but like especially paired with the C70, the 24 to 70 is more of a 35 to 80 with the crop,
Right.
close to that.
Yeah.
And I just constantly, even though I have all this zoom range, I'm either at 24 or 70.
It's true.
Right. You're not really ever doing like,
I never go to like 47
yeah.
in that. I'm always like, all right, get a sequence at 24. And again, I love the look because 35 is one of my favorites. And then go to 80, get the close-ups. So
That's the thing. Like zooms are cool purely because you don't have to swap lenses every time you want to go telephoto or whatever. But I'm never really like. I feel like what's cool about having the primes is that you're put in just enough of a box so you actually have to like move around and like
yeah,
get a
you
good
yourself
shot.
have to move.
Right.
Yeah.
Which again, like even with the zoom lens, obviously having zoom lens is great because, like again, you don't have to keep swapping lenses and doing all this stuff. But just trying to make sure you're still like moving around and getting actually dynamic shots is always, important to remember.
Yeah.
But yeah.
One thing I liked about this is feeling a little bit more free to go to f4 because I cannot stand f4 on the Super 35. Like
What
the look of f4 on like the C70s is like gross to me for most purposes.
What's gross?
Obviously, this is subjective. I just don't think it looks that great most of the time. Like I would always prefer
more of like an F22 kind of guy.
no, I'm just saying I would always prefer to be at 2.8.
I'm an F16 kind of guy. So really,
there's a couple times where I was like, I'm just gonna go up to f4, and because this is full frame, like it looked a little more natural. I could.
yeah.
I don't know. I like the freedom to go between 2.8 because it's with a C70. I just always feel like I'm locked in at 2.8. And when I think of exposure on that camera, I'm always like just thinking of, okay, my f-stop is always gonna be 2.8, and then I just gotta move the ND or the ISO or something.
Okay. Yeah.
You know. So it was nice. I mean, I have the same mindset when I'm shooting on the Sonys as well, where I, feel a little free to go to f4. But
Yeah.
I feel like God created it at 5.6 for a reason,
I am
You got to use
a
5.6.
5.6 fan. I think
Yeah.
all these Sonys are at 5.6.
Good in between.
right now.
Good in between.
yeah, I mean, I can accept a 5.6 on a full frame.
Yeah.
On the C70, I could never go to 5.6.
I guess it depends on what you're shooting, because like I don't always feel like you need like a crazy shallow depth of field.
No, I agree. Like if I'm shooting like a scripted narrative thing, I'm more than fine with going to f5.6 or something like that. But for a documentary situation where most times you don't have control over everything,
Especially like lighting, you don't have lighting to control
right?
the framing.
Yeah, so I like being able to go down to 2.8.
It makes a lot of sense. I didn't really think about it in that way, but that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like scripted narrative stuff where their f-stop is too low, actually, I think looks bad.
Well, I feel like it's kind of gotten better, but there were a lot of modern movies where they were really trying to go for that, like, it's cinematic.
Right.
What cinematic meant is like a tiny bit of their eyes in frame.
Yeah.
Everything else is like slightly out of focus. And you're like, this is so distracting. I can't even like,
Yeah, it's very
annoying.
very
Yeah.
rare that it's done well.
yeah.
One of my favorite movies is Her.
Yeah.
That is shot with a super shallow depth of field.
Right.
And it's one of the only examples of like
Done well. Yeah.
a narrative that that has.
That was shot with the Canon K35 Cinema Prime lenses.
Oh yeah.
And so Canon, I think it's the FD line, where their lens optical elements came from this like cinema lens set that Canon made. It's a very rare set. Like if you were to go buy the set of K35s, I think they're like $250,000.
Jeez.
So there's
Our
only...
next purchase.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, C400, you're getting traded in.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to pair the two together. I think that'd be a match made in heaven. So that's why, like, for a little bit, the value is, so somebody made a video showcasing how the Canon FD SLR lenses, the optical,
They have all that value, but it's in like
they're in just cheap.
couple $100.
Yeah, exactly. So as soon as people found that out, again, skyrocketed in value. Everybody went to try to go and get there's specific lenses that really like hold almost identical look to these K35s. But so there's only like a handful of films that used the K35s, and Her was one of them. So
Yeah.
It's got a very unique look.
It does. It does.
I don't know. I haven't seen
Fantastic film. Yeah.
Turning it on.
So get some
Grime on
schmutz
it.
off there. Clean yourself up.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about this
The
camera.
matte finish.
Is that it's got this grippy matte finish that any speck of dust will just
Gripping crazy
magnetize
stuff,
to. So this camera will get dirty easily.
First shoot I ever did with OS Media, I'll never forget. You gave me the C70, and it was caked with sand.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'd even. No, because I had met you because we had done an interview maybe.
Yeah.
Before that. But you were like, hey, yeah, let's like meet up here at the airport or whatever. So I get there. You're like, all right, here's your camera. I gotta go. And you drive off. I was standing in a parking lot. There's a C70 just caked with dirt. I'm like, what did they do to this?
What did we shoot?
I've been a
I think
construction
it was,
shit some bad.
her equipment.
It was just
Like a
full of
patch or-
sand. It was full of sand, dude.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I mean, there's still, if I go get it, I'm not going to, but there's a huge like dirt patch on one of the 70s that has yet to get
So
cleaned up.
rust.
Oh, on some of the screws?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is rough.
Yeah.
Whenever I see it, I'm like,
Dirt and salt water is like two of
Turns out it's really bad for metal. Who
yeah.
would have thought?
And those are our two most like popular shooting locations
Yeah.
to be is either on the water or in
boy will never know.
The sea.
Yeah, we'll never see the
He might go to see me.
yeah.
D400?
Yeah.
Be a shame if we dropped it in the ocean.
No. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yeah, the My Turn video overall.
First kind of really creative time we got to use this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first one more like just kind of structured out.
couple
like,
corporate
whatever you
shoots.
think, but
Yeah.
This is the first time we used it for something that was a lot more just like
Yeah.
fun.
So it was fun again to experiment with some lens combos and get a little bit better.
Well, it's great to watch Eric use it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No, he let me get the establishing shot of the school.
You guys gotta be quicker in the draw next time.
Yeah.
You don't come in last second like me and be like, oh, I guess I'll
just shake this.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted you to use it because I know Matt
You're
and I
on the
were really
fence.
on board. You were like, we don't need it.
I was also kind of on the fence
Technically,
because
dude.
I feel like that's not how I put it, but
I will say I
I-
do like this camera, but we could have gotten 2 red Komodos.
Dude, the price drop of cameras right now is kind of insane.
Yeah.
So NAB is right, NAB is right around the corner. The DJI Ronin 4D, did you see that dropped 3,000?
It's because no
So,
one
yeah.
wants it because it's bad.
what's the price of
I
it?
kind of want it.
If it drops
No,
2K.
no, we're not getting
I
the.
think it's like 6,000.
So that's the camera where That's my Eric moment. We don't need the Ronin 4D.
What do you feel like we would really gain from that? Like having that stabilizer?
A gimbal camera.
We already have a gimbal and a camera.
Yeah, but it's better. It's better.
It's not.
It's a camera.
It's not.
I would like. So honestly, like my thought process, if we were to do like more car shoots, and we didn't have the budget to get like a massive like, I don't like putting these. I don't like current DJI Ronin stabilizers. I think they're terrible. I think they've lost.
So you want to buy the
quality.
current Ronin
So-
DJI camera? Surely you must be better. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
It sounds a little bit
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
redundant, but I think I just think I think it's got a decent image, and I think instead of having an extra piece of equipment to stabilize, you just have the camera be the stabilizer, and
I think we need less stabilization.
well, that's why I got this, because this will never be on a stabilizer. This is a pure handheld run and gun.
Except for when you
Cinema
desecrated it with the presence of the Osmo Pocket.
Okay, I won't get into that now.
Slip that
but-
one.
I just feel like my use cases for a gimbal have like really plummeted.
Dropped.
Yeah, because because we used to do not a lot, but hefty amount of real estate,
Yeah.
and you kind of had to use a gimbal. I remember we showed up that one time without a gimbal, and we're like sweating
Well, we
bullets.
made it work.
We made it work.
So, I've been watching a lot more like real estate kind of videos lately. Like not.
You sit down and you're like, I want to watch a movie. Real estate rate.
I don't mean like the real estate ads you'll see on like Facebook and stuff. I mean
like house tours and stuff like that.
yeah, on like YouTube.
Architect's
And
Digest
I
and
see
stuff.
in that like higher end real estate stuff, they're not
They're
using
using handheld.
they're not using
handheld
tools like all.
sliders.
They're using sliders and they're doing and tripods.
Yeah.
And,
So do we get a slider?
I really want to.
I feel like a slider would be much more worth the investment than.
Yeah, I really.
Have you seen the new Shark slider?
No, I just know I like.
We got the shark slider.
the case in that slider.
I would take a look at
But
the
the
Shark slider. Add that to your notes.
I think a slider would be incredible.
Shark Slider 2 is the latest one, and they're coming out with a very long version.
Or even like, I think we should just get a Dana Dolly kit or something. Those are like so cheap, and you can just build the track yourself, and then you can.
That sounds like absolute hell. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you mean? It's like,
a real suggestion.
have you never used those?
I have.
They're goated with the sauce, dude. You don't like them?
It's just for our use case. I feel like it wouldn't make it.
Well, for our use case, neither one of them, because we don't do architecture stuff. We don't really do.
I just think in that
Like-
scenario, I don't think I would set up tracks in a house. You know.
Okay, but if it's taking up the same amount of space, if you did shorter tracks, like the slider is also like a slider. It still has tracks. Like what's just like a little bit wider and heavier.
Right, but I'm not
And less convenient.
setting up tracks on the floor like
This guy doesn't want to work
in
anymore.
someone's house.
This guy doesn't want to work
Like,
anymore.
Yeah.
The footprint is crazy when I can just
You
get
can get some AI to just build the track for me. That'd be great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know we're not talking about AI.
AI workbot would be great.
Yeah.
There's this AI that's kind of taking over in the real estate videos right now that gets rid of objects. So people will shoot messy houses, like shoot video of it, and then it'll delete all the objects.
I mean, Photoshop's been doing that with photos for a long time.
Well, this is video.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
next step. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty big to do that for a video.
I feel so bad for those guys who do just real estate video because it's like,
Yeah.
Their jobs are getting so fucked
dude,
right now.
they are
Yeah.
getting
Phones,
swept.
AI,
Yeah.
it's just done.
Like
dude.
the value that they have to fight tooth and nail to show that they have value, and honestly, it's hard to even be on their side anymore because with like the
yeah.
HDR stuff on like iPhones and everything,
Yeah.
like iPhone honestly is kind of better at doing real estate.
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, because like even because we got an ask to do some real estate video and photos, and I was like looking up a tutorial because like I've done a few projects for real estate photos, and I'm like, how do I get better at this? And there's a video of some you going through these steps on Photoshop and Lightroom to like make it have a good HDR effect and look clean and look really presentable. And then he compared it to a iPhone photo that he shot,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
Yeah. Well, again, it's not. None of these are getting like printed and put up in a frame. Like they're for like people to look at on their phone. So like,
no.
it's not like it. Again, like phone quality. Obviously, if you took a phone photo and you blew it up to like a nice canvas print or something, it might kind of be like, oh, I can see the quality drop off a little
Yeah.
bit. But
And I mean, to be
for what
fair,
they're using it for,
to be fair, everyone's using the phone as a scapegoat. Like phones are getting really good, but like if you look at like a Canon Rebel and an iPhone, they're actually priced the same. Like
Yeah.
an iPhone is what, $1,000, $1,200?
that's what I always find funny when people are, because there's a lot of like things where people shoot movies on phones now, and they're like, it's like an accessibility. It's to prove the accessibility. I'm like, a camera is about the same as an iPhone.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
mean, you
can't
get
text
more-
my booty call with.
You're
a
so
camera.
right.
You do get more.
I can't Snapchat on
That's
my
just it
phone.
makes sense to get the phone. You get way more utility out of it. But
Right.
everyone goes like, "Oh wow, you're like, how do you feel about getting bested by an iPhone?" And I'm like, "Well, they're not cheap. Like,
It is expensive technology.
it's expensive. I mean, it's a default to get them. They do perform, but again, like, yeah, it'll take some good images, but
only for certain. Yeah.
yeah, like you got to figure out how to properly edit and do a bunch of other stuff. Like the phone is again just a
Yeah.
camera that can only go so far with it.
But again, yeah, like the phone works for certain types of real estate stuff. But again, like the thing, like you were talking about what you were watching, the higher end, where it's like tours of people's houses and stuff, and it's a lot more like either it's about the personality of the person who owns the house, and it's like, oh, it's Robert Downey Jr.'s house, and it's like a documentary feel, or it's like we really are delving deep into like the actual architecture of
design
this.
of it.
Either of those are not getting bested by like the phones.
Yeah,
Because those are like a lot more like the middle level of like realtors and stuff. Yes, unfortunately, but those two sides of it, I don't think are ever really going to get like
no,
swept over by phones because it's
Yeah.
just a different vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. Yeah. And a lot of the real estate guys who shoot that kind of lower end stuff, I don't even think they have aspirations to go to the higher stuff. And it seems like
Yeah.
a lot of them fall into that universe, like because either they're in the real estate world already,
Yeah.
like they are a realtor already, or like they don't start out as video guys. I mean, obviously that's a blanket claim, but that's
Right.
just what I've.
But even if you do, like a lot of them, yeah, they're just like, I'm happy doing this and make
yeah,
Yeah.
money, and it's fine. Yeah.
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 Okay.
So, cool.
We've scratched one thing off.
Yeah, there you go. I want to talk a little bit about Sabre Yachts.
Yep.
We filmed that in January now, but we did wrap that up in March.
Yeah.
And
How's that?
I came out of that very happy.
Yeah.
Even though there was a substantial revision process, I'm
Substantial revision process and a crazy deadline.
Yeah.
We had to act very fast on that, and I gotta say, like,
I gotta be honest though, it didn't really feel that crazy. Like on paper, it was a crazy deadline, but I don't know. I just felt like we handled it pretty easily.
yeah,
Like it didn't really seem like that much of a challenge. Like I never really felt like I was like, oh man, I gotta edit this. Like
Yeah.
I never really felt that rushed. So that's just to speak on how well it is to work with Allie and
Yeah.
kind of our working with us.
Yeah.
Realistic wise.
yeah.
So what were the final review? Because last time I saw the project was I do kind of the motion graphics side of it.
Yeah.
Was that in March?
Yep.
Oh, all right. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
7th, yeah.
Yeah.
Revisions were. What were the revisions?
Because remember when we shot it, I don't know if we talked about this when we talked about filming it. The app itself was
Yes.
there were some functions that we needed to perform that were very specific for the video that it wasn't quite nailing
Yeah.
on like a visual
So we
level. So
figured
we
that
kind of had to just like film it just a blank phone and just film around it and be like,
Yeah.
oh, we're just gonna put that shit in.
Yeah.
But I think it worked out for the most part. It looked pretty.
No,
pretty
it did, and I guess a lot of the revisions were just kind of nailing down, because ultimately this piece of content was kind of educational and
Right.
about the app. So it was like, how do we translate all the information that we want to translate?
Especially for people that are, because a lot of, I'm assuming like people that buy Saber yachts, there's like a huge variety of people that buy them, but a lot of them might be a slightly older generation that are not like, they have phones, but they're not like, they didn't grow up with phones. They're not tech savvy, so translating that.
Yeah. So translating a lot of the features of the app, a lot of the use cases.
Dock unattended mode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Dock unattended.
Yeah.
But I came out at the other end really enjoying both the process of making that and also the final product. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was fantastic, especially because, my vision was to.
The architect's vision. Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa.
Stepping into my architect.
Whoa.
Just how you guys executed on the graphics and kind of like the VFX, how you framed it, put it together.
Maybe you are something of an architect. You have that film producer vibe where you're like, I envision it's like it's here. There's a screen and it's in the space. It's in the space.
You know how poorly I described it?
I go, yeah, man, yeah, I got that.
I was just like,
Figured out.
this might take a lot of back and forth, but you guys got it immediately.
Well, it's convenient because most of the time your vision is most of the same, where it's just like, I want some 3D call-out cards to back to the footage and go, boom, done.
Done deal. I guess I am
Done that a bunch of times. I can do it again.
Yeah, exactly. But I think in this case, it worked out very well.
Yeah.
And for me, when we were shooting this, I felt like it was such a breath of fresh air to be shooting something that was like, not just like, oh, we'll just shoot whatever and kind of like point the camera whatever might be happening.
Yeah.
And we actually like
Had a really
not
nice
scripted out.
planned
It wasn't like dialogue or anything, but like we had a sequence planned out.
Yeah.
Well, what was nice because like when we got like the first day, there was no shooting. We went to all the locations. We scouted it out. We came up with plan Bs if A's didn't work. We sat down, really came up with a more refined script and shot list. Now, after we knew what locations were confirmed, got a good night's sleep, and then went into shooting. It was
Watched a lot of cops.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get us ready.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a super lackadaisical shoot.
It really was. That was like the perfect shooting to relax ratio of
Yeah.
Saber yachts are
project.
so fun to shoot with.
Oh yeah.
It's like shooting on boats is like, it's just, you can't be mad. You can't be
No.
upset.
Even on the stormy days, it's fun because you're like,
That was
was
like
sick.
so fun. To shoot
Yeah, it was
that
cool.
Storm.
Yeah, it was
like
cool.
I was getting a little nauseous, but like it was just.
I remember because were you on some medication or something at that point? You had taken some medication for like,
I don't remember.
Let's talk about your medical issues.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't anything crazy. I think it was like, I don't remember it, but you're like, it's making me a lot more nauseous.
More not.
I was like, damn, dude, that sucks. I can't remember what that
yeah,
was.
I don't remember, but I mean, probably it's not unheard of.
Yeah. I was like, damn,
I do
Eric's
get-
in the trenches right now.
I do get motion sick pretty easily.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, boats not as much. Surprisingly, it's mostly cars. Like I get really motion sick in cars. Like when we're shooting, like I almost cannot shoot out the back of a car anymore. Like I'm not. When we were like a lot
And that
younger.
thing's swinging around. And everything.
Yeah, because
I remember when it all changed. There's one shoot we were down in Rhode Island, and you lost it. That was it.
yeah, dude, I think that did change.
That was it.
I just we stopped at like a park and I just laid on the picnic table for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, the rest
can't do this.
And there was like
Yeah.
he puked, and it was like I just gotta sit down.
dude.
There's a Cars and Coffee where I puked and like we were right in front of a car. So if I puked, I would have puked onto their car.
Yeah.
So I had to swallow.
Oh,
And that made me
man.
so much sicker, dude.
That-
So you just thrown up on the car. dude.
Yeah, it was bad. But
That's
just to say, I get bad motion sickness. Usually I can take Dramamine, but it's hard for me to take Dramamine on a shoot because you get so drowsy.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no, sorry, I was getting mixed up. That's what you were talking about, Dramamine. So
Yeah.
you had taken it, but then it was making you sleepy or something.
yeah.
Because I had to drive us back from a shoot or something like that. 'Cause
Right,
You were
yeah.
neepy.
But so I had taken it, and then we had the storm, and we couldn't shoot because of the storm for the most part.
Yeah.
So that's when I kind of sat down and was like falling asleep on the boat. which is a great feeling. I love
Yeah.
to kind of
Trying to sleep on
Yeah.
on a boat.
And I was sick as a dog, and I remember like
Oh, you were sniffling.
I was dying. I told myself and everyone else.
We kept being like, "Are you good, man?" You're like, "Yeah. I'm good."
He
Yeah.
wipes snot from his
Just
face
my
on the camera.
allergies, man.
My allergies.
You would take the camera. No. Actually, you can keep that one. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah. So I just remember that especially during the storm where it's just rainy. I just remember being cold, and I'm like, okay, we can do this. We can do this. So
We did do it.
yeah, because you guys went on the boat, and I stayed with the other guy on the chase boat, and I was like, I'm just gonna try to reset from this. But the sun came out later that day, and it was a great shoot. And I had
What you needed was a boat sandwich.
sipped up. Yeah, the boat sandwich.
Remember that guy? He was telling us about a boat sandwich.
Yeah.
I got a boat sandwich.
Right, he had that like steak and arugula.
Yeah.
Dip
Yeah.
the arugula in the ocean water. Get that
Yeah.
salt water.
Yeah.
I was like,
Great idea. I haven't done that since, but
well, we need to.
Yeah.
What was that guy? Aaron?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
Captain. He was a captain.
He was a captain. He was a captain.
But he kept talking about that sandwich. I was like, bro, you need to make me that
yeah.
boat
talk about
sandwich.
the
Right.
sandwich provide.
Yeah, I know.
Make me that boat sandwich.
It'd be so
dude.
far away from having to sit.
Yeah.
I will say though, Sabre Yachts, one of the only clients that provides above and beyond for food. So like all our other clients, just know like bring some Cajun.
Hello.
They got bagels and sandwiches, these
Yeah.
sliders and stuff. It's
Exactly.
great.
I will say,
It went everywhere on the boat, but you know, it was
You
great.
get blood all over the place.
Yeah.
But no, I did there's a small drone shoot that I got hired out to do.
Yeah.
And there was
He
catering.
flex on us, dude.
I know.
Yeah, I do drone stuff. Oh, are you licensed?
I'm kind of
Yeah.
bored.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
So your drone
rolled my
license?
permit. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just traded it off actually.
Nice.
Now that people have been asking for it, I've got a copy. There you go.
There you go.
So
There you go.
It's great.
yeah, but that one was catered too, and I gave the producer props. It was like, yeah, not a whole lot of our shoots are catered, so thank you so much.
Yeah.
Big shout out to the
we should
craft service.
just
person.
show up to every shoot with like a lot of food now. Just like
Well, whenever we have a shoot, I just pre-eat a lot because
Yeah.
it's just going to be a long time. Like we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually love shoots because it distracts me from my constant desire to eat food. So
That's exactly why I don't like it.
you know,
It's
'cause
the need of
sometimes
food.
client will be like, "You guys want lunch?" And I'm like, "No, at absolutely no
Please
cost.
don't let me.
If I have lunch, I'm done for the day."
That is true. As soon as the sandwich hits,
yeah,
you're like, I don't want to shoot anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
I'm gonna take a
tuckered
nap.
out.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the Sabre Yacht shoot.
Actually, although some of my favorite shoots are like when we shoot events and there's just got, like a potluck there.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that was my big back moment.
You guys
I'm
weren't
hitting
here for
those
this.
tenders.
Yeah, you guys weren't here for this, but the holiday party that I filmed.
And with North Point Construction.
Yeah, that was great.
Dude,
They fill you up with
do
good.
you remember the party we filmed?
Dude, with the Greek
the
food?
food truck event?
Was it the Greek?
It
food?
was the Greek food.
That was amazing.
That was insane.
Oh wow.
And they're so
so good.
sweet. And you were there too. The boot truck.
No, he wasn't there. It was-
You weren't there
it
for
was
the
just
butcher?
me and
I
you.
wasn't. I remember editing it. So I remember like I got that footage that night, and I got up at like 4 a.m. to like edit.
Wake up, babe. Time to edit.
Yeah, exactly.
Time to edit.
Truck has hit the drive.
Yeah.
I remember like seeing some of the footage of the food. I'm like, that looks pretty good.
It was.
It was
Yeah.
incredible.
And again, North Point, they're just so nice. Like,
Yeah.
before they even ask you, because most clients are just like, oh, did you get a shot of this? Did you get a shot of that? The first thing they always say is like, did you get any food? You need to go eat right now. And you're like, I'm busy. And they're like, stop what you're doing and get some food. You're like, all right, I'll eat. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll eat.
Yeah, I left North Point.
I love it.
Yeah,
it's-
they got
that's so sweet.
our first newsletter went out last week, and so we do a client shout out, and they were number one.
Yeah, I mean, they're always so
shout
fun
out.
to work for. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're great. I have a meeting.
They party pretty hard too.
They do. They know.
The holiday party, they were going crazy.
Yeah, they absolutely
dance
know how to
floor.
party. So
Yeah.
I'm pumped. I have a meeting with them on Monday, so I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm excited to see them
Yes.
again and just say hi, and hopefully we've got some more stuff in the future for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Maybe we should let it slip. Be like, hey, Mimi, I heard you guys have some pretty good Greek food or something.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, shame if we this deal really be sealed if I can just get a little taste of that Greek food.
Pay attention to this meeting, my stomach is rumbling. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
good ideas.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Use that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
What else did we do?
Okay, so we got Sunnyside and we have QC Bikes. I don't know if there's really much to talk about there, but
yeah, I will say the QC bikes. Another project that was ultimately kind of a big responsibility on our end. They were celebrating 10 years. So this was a pretty monumental video, and
Not the first 10-year anniversary video you've made, Eric.
No, Eric's
Something about
Will not be the one.
anniversary.
You love
anniversary.
architect.
No Radiohead in this one.
No.
Which is too bad. It's not too late. Jeez. We should have a director's cut.
It's all Radiohead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels so good when you get to edit a project with the real music. Like,
I kind of hate it. I hate the pressure because I'm like, now I have to pick an actual good song.
I don't know.
I use the excuse of using just whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's so frustrating now. Because like all kinds of content creators or people who do ads and whatnot, we all use the same music. We all put the same
I
tracks.
keep watching ads
Yeah.
now and be like, oh.
Yeah, I can't open any
yeah.
piece of media without seeing a song I've used, and it's just like
Yeah.
I'm so sick of it, dude.
No.
Not many Radiohead ads though.
No Radiohead
Not at all.
ads. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should do a Domination Plumbing ad with Radiohead.
Is that allowed? I guess it's TikTok, so there's no laws.
Yeah.
I think it's outside Eric's face isn't
Yeah.
using
we
the
can
camera.
put that away. Yeah. So again, they kind of contacted us. What was that, like a week and a half before the event? They're like, "Oh, hey, they're celebrating 10 years. We need a video to present."
It needs
That's
to be like 6 minutes.
it's 6 minutes. It's the centerpiece of the event during the presentation.
He said 7 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They wanted it to be 7 to 10 minutes. We talked him down to like I don't even know what it finally ended up.
Yeah.
5, 6.
Yeah. Just under
It
6.
felt like an eternity. No,
What?
it really felt pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. I thought it was great. Overall, I think it was a great presentation. I remember watching it during the presentation, and finally, because normally when we give a video, it's on like a little projector,
And it looks bad.
and the
even though-
speakers
Good job.
are from the projector, and it just doesn't get the love it deserves. This one I think was presented very nicely because it was at a theater. The theater had a dedicated audio mixing guy. So
The screen was really high quality.
Screen was
Like,
quality.
Colors looked really nice.
yeah, it just looked good, sounded good, and everyone there, you could feel the emotions. Like everyone's like, "Wow!" Like haven't experienced something like this for this community. Like it was like a lot of firsts for us and a lot of people. So it was cool. It's cool. to
Anytime,
experience it.
because again, we make so many videos for like online because that's kind of the industry we're in. But I always forget how amazing it feels, no matter what kind of video it is, to have something you make on a big screen and you're in a room of people watching it.
Yeah.
That is like the greatest feeling I've ever felt.
I
Like,
do not feel good.
really?
I felt. So, I mean,
I gave Eric the wrong time so he could be around and watch it.
Truman can attest to it. I literally walked up to him and was like, "Before they start playing a video, I'm gonna head out."
Damn.
Because I was like, I feel so sick.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to be in the room.
Right before it, it's really nerve inducing, but as soon as it happens, I feel so like,
I felt a little
Alive,
relief
you know?
just because, like you're saying, the screen looks so good. But
Man.
in the audio was not that good. 'Cause usually that's a problem.
Yeah. We had a party once. This was a long time ago, and there was an event for this car group that I used to do a lot of video work for. And originally they were like, it was when Ford versus Ferrari was out in theaters. So it was just like a little party where they're like, oh, we're gonna watch Ford versus Ferrari.
yeah.
And
yeah.
I didn't even think about it, but before that was coming up, I quickly wrapped up like an event video I made for him. And again, the deadline was quick. I just kind of rushed the edit. And so I get in the movie theater and everyone's there and they're like, well, before we watch the movie, we want to play this video. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I just had to sit there and watch my... It wasn't the worst edit, but again, when you're like, they were like, we want a 20-minute movie and you have a week to make it. You're like...
Brother, it's not going to be great. You're not going to be amazing.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So I did it to the best of my abilities. And this was like, I was still in college. Like this was like, I was in college. This was like my final year of college.
Learning,
I had a full-time job and I spent like a weekend doing this. And then they're like, oh, we want it done in a couple weeks. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
is one.
That turned me into like Eric's.
That would hurt. Yeah. That would hurt.
Honestly, all my fear comes from the Optiline 10-year video that we did.
Oh, really?
Because, I mean, like...
Other people like that, though, didn't they?
Yeah,
but not there. Because, remember, no one could hear it.
Yeah.
Or half the audience could hear it. Half the audience...
They didn't turn it up enough?
It was something with their speakers.
Their speaker system was like from overheads. And it was
Yeah,
like the room was divided in a weird way where half the overheads were on and then the other half was off. And so
messed with the mix so much that like
Oh,
just bass.
it was just bass, it was just the music, and you couldn't hear people talking, and it was like, it was just so frustrating because it was like my first video with Os Mia. It was the one. It was so high stakes.
No.
I put so much like love into that video. I
Man.
was really proud of it.
ah,
And then
yeah.
it was just all of that goodwill was crushed in that moment, and I was like, wow, this.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a senior in college, we did a screening, and your documentary actually played because it took them forever to like wrap it up or whatever. But well, it's not your fault. I mean, that's just
Get on with it. Wrap it up.
finish your shit, dude. No, but because I had like my own personal short film that
Yeah.
debuted there, but then I also had directed a workshop. I don't even know how I did that at the same time, but I
That's
directed
crazy.
a workshop as well. And I actually felt really bad for the people that had, because like a lot of people that had worked on the workshop, it also helped with the God's Not Dead Yet project, the one that I did. And so for me, that was the highlight because that was great. Like it just, everyone loved it. It was so fun. Like it's not really that great of a project, but like the room and everyone had a lot of fun watching it. It felt great. But right before that, the workshop one played. And it was like, that just got screwed over by so many circumstances. And then when the audio got exported, somehow the editor exported the audio accidentally as like a mono track. And so half the audio from one of the sides wasn't there. And this wasn't just like something that I'd done the audio for. This was like an audio capstone project that audio students had mixed for stereo. So like, it was, it honestly,
I'm actually gonna be sick.
like the project was fine. Like I think it wasn't bad. Like no one hated it, but you could just tell us some stuff was off. And I just felt so bad for all the audio people that took so much time to do that for this project. And
Holding their teeth.
oh my God, I was like, this is,
I mean, imagine
oh,
exporting a video and half their tracks.
right. Exactly. I'd be like, oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
It's too bad, like, because you were like, this could have been avoided. Like, we could have done a test in here. We could have made.
Oh, we did. Yeah. That was the thing. I
Oh,
was
we
just
did?
like,
Why did
we
no one
did.
watch it?
Hmm?
Why did no one like watch it? Watch the export.
Well, the problem was we did a test run the day before, and then the editor was like, all right, I'm going to do one last kind of thing before I export. I'm
I'm gonna do this one last thing where like I
Sorry.
mess up the whole thing.
yeah.
Oh, that's
One last thing, yes.
Luckily, it was just like a class project, so it wasn't like the end of the world. But it was like,
It's too bad though.
oh man. And again, like if I didn't have my own project that I literally like made completely for myself, not for a class, if I didn't have that, I would have been like so upset if that happened. But because like for better or for worse, that felt more of like a, yeah, that's cool that happened. But like luckily I had like another big thing that went out well.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
I've got something to redeem myself.
Right, like I had the main thing.
Yeah.
But I felt so bad for all the people that just worked on that project, and I was the only one. I was like, damn, they're like,
Yeah.
so you have to do that.
yeah.
Do you remember the project you acted for me in The Pendant?
Oh yeah, that was my
The
favorite one.
Pendants.
So I just got to scream and shout and swear, and
That's sick.
I had so much fun with
That's
it.
sick.
When I exported that, I actually put the out point like halfway through the video.
So just
So when I played it in class,
Some
it
surprise.
is, you know, in the video when like you are like going back inside after like throwing Alex Church on the ground,
Yeah.
and you're like going to find
Is
the
that where
other
Guy was
guy.
about to whack me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're going in there like really angry. The music's ramping up like you're about to do some shit, and you get to the door and it just hard cuts to black.
It's kind of stylized in a way.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's ballsy.
And I just remember Steve Shaw was like, huh. And I was like, wait, no.
no, stay away.
And I
Just hold your breath and close your eyes, and it'll be back up. That's
I was so frustrated because I don't know if it was like this for you guys, but like, in group projects, everyone had their own edit of like a video. So that
yeah.
I was like, oh, I live right over here. I can just go re-export it. And they're like, oh, no, we'll just play.
You're like,
I
no.
was like, no. Because he was like, actually, I shouldn't say this, but
We released.
We've made this person
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
but it is like
His
that.
name was.
Please don't say it.
It's like, okay, let's just say it's like that
You
scene
know
in
my
Whip.
salad.
please, please.
It's like in Whiplash. It's like in Whiplash where, you know, he forgets his papers and the other guy's like, well, I could play. He's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's my part.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't let them play as
No,
Metal Solid
no.
Snake.
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, because like he had an edit from this project.
From the
Was he
with the
involved with
footage.
your project? Like he had his own
Yeah.
edit of
yeah,
this.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, I totally understand it.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
I didn't want to see his. I didn't want his edit to be played.
Yeah. I did this fun thing because so there was one class that it was one of my favorite classes, but I was in a room full of seniors.
Okay.
So
And you were not.
I was a sophomore. Yeah, this was my first semester as a sophomore,
Cool seniors in a podcast.
which was super cool. It was super motivating because those guys, yeah,
They went crazy
Yeah.
style, I'm sure.
they were super talented guys. So my thing was like, there's no way I'm gonna try to make an identical edit. Like I'm just gonna look like I'm
A
gonna
fool.
look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did this thing where each of it was only like a couple projects I did this, but
We're
it
really
each-
avant-garde with this.
kind of like they had this narrative.
No sound.
Yeah. But I would just like they would get their shots that they wanted, and then I would then
Sneak
direct
in
and
some-
get a couple extra shots
Yeah,
and like
okay.
change the narrative. So there's one they who this guy was
Great.
supposed
I
to
bet they all loved you. I bet they loved
Yeah.
I
that.
just think we're like I undermined everything.
Yeah, I kind of made like a better version. So here you go.
Exactly. Exactly. So there's none where like the dude's like this like the guy's like action movies. So there's like a lot of like spy like action stuff where it's like you got the main hero. I turned him into like a psychopath where like he thinks he's like this action hero, but in terms he's just like a serial killer that's like deranged. So I would just like completely like change the narrative and have like a completely different edit by the end of it because I did not want to compete. I knew I was in this situation, so I was.
Why did you say the name?
You know what's great? I can use AI and just replace the name.
You could just not say it.
Well,
delete
just
it.
a reference. I don't want to be.
The next
Nobody
guy.
wants to be.
There's a reference, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Get over it. Fucking get better. Grow up. What is
I'm
doing?
done talking about this.
What's his last name?
No.
Where does he live?
He's gonna watch this, dude.
I don't know, but higher than 0.
We're like an hour and 45 in. I don't know if Garrett.
No one's watching at this point.
Yeah.
We're in the ether.
Yeah, exactly. But
Please.
so I didn't want to be. So I went off on my own tangent just to.
That's awesome.
To
Tim, that's really cool. But if I was a senior and I did that, I kind of would be annoyed. But that's
Oh yeah, if someone did that to me, I would be very.
I'd be like, listen, like, bro,
Can you stop?
I'm not fucking do this.
Well, it's like I didn't derail it. Like I just went and got my own
I can
shots
picture
after
this.
this.
I can see like someone making a really serious.
shot.
No, they got everything they wanted, and then like the next day, I would just go in and get extra.
Reshoots.
Yeah, yeah.
You Zack Snyder Justice League. You went in, you're like, actually, it's gonna be funny now.
Exactly. I did that a couple times.
Can you actually say after you say that cool line? Can you say, "Oh, that sounded better in my head"? Just right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you look at the camera and like shrug when he talks just a little bit?
Yeah, I was kind of a rebel.
Yeah, I was something of a rip.
'Cause there's a couple other times where I was with partners that I absolutely did not like want to do their vision because in my head I was like, that's stupid. So I went ahead
Actually,
and, like,
not gonna do that.
did the minimum effort with them and then just shot my own thing. And I'm like,
Not
I know we came up with a group project, but I did this instead.
I don't want.
I just
I have done that before. I remember one time we were like assigned a group project, and then like after class we all met up and we spent like 2 hours coming up with an idea,
no.
and they were all excited for it. And I walked away being like, "That was the worst shit I have ever
Yeah.
seen in my life." So I like spent all night writing up my own thing. Came back and was like,
Holy shit!
"This is what we're doing."
Boo!
Like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's cool.
I think
That's
it's
good.
good.
They just
Yeah.
do with it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Huh.
sick.
Yeah, that was a pendant actually. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, full circle.
There
There
you
it
go.
is. There it is. The pendant. That was a fun project.
And I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Cool. All right. What else do we got?
Is there much to talk about with Sunnyside? I feel like that I was gonna bring it up because of the Super 400, but we kind of covered it
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, I'd say that was
So good.
pretty simple.
Anything you want to talk about with Kahlua?
Yeah, we got that shot. I'm glad.
There was more than one shot.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a ton of footage. We're not 100% done with it. We're like 99% there.
You gotta go back to Brazil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You know what's great here?
Like Dyers did it live still. That's asleep or
Oh, it probably died. That's okay. It's recording to the solid state drive, so
Huh.
even if it's dead, it's
There it
still
is.
recording. As long as that red button there is still going, it's still going.
What if the button is like blue?
Why is it kind of pink? It's not like red.
They went with pink. I don't know why they didn't go with a red, Tyler White red. They went with
Well, it's
because the button is opaque.
well, it's Women's History Month, so
yeah.
have some respect.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And that being said, so this video was shot in Brazil. Fun time. I showed it to the guys. They did invite us back for another trip to Brazil.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like, wow.
I was just thinking I wanted to shit my pants for a week.
It's
Every time you talk,
no other.
every time I could hear you talking, I could just feel the pain. Like you're trying so hard to like have fun, and I can feel the pain behind it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's one bit that it made the cut, but you're like yawning through it. You're like, "What? This is crazy." I'm like, "Wow, bro is tired as hell." Damn.
No, it was a pretty extensive shoot. Yeah, we fly into Manaus. We spent a couple of days there, which was fun. We like just were chilling, relaxing, and then we took a smaller like charter private plane into the Amazon rainforest, and from there it was from 5 a.m. to like 7 p.m. You're out fishing, which for me I loved. I got to do some fishing on my own, great experience. But you're in the Amazon, you're like in the middle of the river. If it's 97 degrees and you're getting beat down with heat and
There's
sweating,
nothing to.
there's no escaping it. You're with these guys that are like, we're out here to fish, so you got to suck it up. So if you're uncomfortable or miserable, which is why Eric, I honestly think you would not be happy going on a shoot like that.
No, it didn't seem that great.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest.
yeah. No, it's not for the faint of heart. You got to be really.
I feel like you have to love fishing.
You gotta love fishing, and you
'Cause,
gotta
like,
love
if
being
you-
very, very uncomfortable.
Even if you're filming and you don't love fishing, I feel like it would be so, like,
Dude, it's a grind. It's a grind, and again, like,
oh my god,
there's a lot of times where you're not catching anything, and you're thinking like,
what am I doing?
what am I doing? Yeah, what am I doing? So you're just sweating. You're burning up by the sun.
And just think that you got paid to do that, but other people paid money to do.
Exactly. So
You get
gotta
the-
be an adventurer to do it, which
Yeah,
exactly.
that's really cool.
So
One question I had on
I
that,
enjoyed it, but
because you have like the two main party boats or whatever where you kind of go out from and stay. Did they kind of stay in the same location? Or were you slowly moving?
you're slowly moving up the river.
Right,
So
okay.
every time you leave, you're not going back to where the boats
Like
are.
you're
at the same
moving, you're
location.
progressing.
The main boat and you are going up,
Wow.
further and further into just unknown. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing there, which is
This
It
really
was
sounds
crazy.
like Apocalypse Now.
yeah.
It kind of looked
Yeah,
like
it
it in
kinda
some
was.
parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one shot you got. I don't even think I put it in, but it's literally just like a wide, just like side profile from a boat, while the jungle just kind of goes by, and it feels so like deep in the jungle, brother. You know.
Honestly, it starts kind of playing with your mind because you're like
Start going insane.
getting losing it. Yeah. If you're in like in a critical condition, there's nothing out here. Like
Yeah.
you get lost in that, you're gone. There's no way of finding civilization out there, and you just start kind of like it just really sinks in when every time you peer out of the woods and you're like, if something were to happen and like
Yeah.
we get lost or I get left behind and that's it. That's it. No one will hear from me, and that's the
I
end.
love the thought of it cuts back to Eric and I in Vegas being like, man, where the hell is Troy? He said he was coming back by I think he was playing late. Or...
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like
dead in the
jumping
jungle.
phones, like, oh shit,
Where the hell am I?
my last leg. Yeah,
They need me.
Zach's calling you like, where are you, man? You're like,
Yeah.
I'm almost there.
I'm
I'm almost there.
I'm almost there. Yeah,
I'm just up the road.
I'm just as the road, man.
yeah. I'll see you in a little bit.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite part of putting that together was seeing all the nature. Because, like, obviously most of the videos about fishing, but I kind of made a little, like, nature.
Yeah, there's some great just ambient sequences.
Yeah, I love that. And just getting it. There's just so many beautiful animals that, like, you see a lot in nature shows, but because it's shots that you've gotten, it just feels like, wow, this is, like, you're seeing this thing, like, such, like, an
A
actual...
little more real elements.
Right, it's just
Yeah.
crazy. You're like, wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it because again, there's just so much. I shot a ton, but there's one shot. This was like my favorite moment to me. But there was
Oh, I think I saw it. Oh, I heard it more so.
the bird with the kingfisher.
I think I know your favorite.
I think I remember your
You
favorite.
know your favorite moment.
Oh yeah. No, I had a.
You sounded like you really.
Yeah. No, that was really film wise. Me filming instead of me getting filmed.
Yep.
There's a kingfisher. God damn, guys. There's a kingfisher bird that we were like cruising, like I don't know how fast we're going, but we're like going as fast as possible. And there's this bird that was literally flying right next to us.
Whoa.
And it stayed next to us, and I'm filming. It's parallel with me, and I'm just
Yeah.
following it and filming it. And he's just doing all this crazy, like
Damn.
flying through like branches and under shit, and just
Wow.
with us.
Yeah.
And he did it for like 5 minutes. Like he just would
That's
follow.
incredible.
So I was like, oh, this is really cool. And he was like,
Should have shot him down.
I know, just like, oh, I wanted
just
to like
like-
kingfish.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love the idea
So-
that you love this shot, and then Matt saw it in the editing room.
Actually, don't.
No,
I'm trying to think. I feel like I must. I feel like I did not see that.
You probably again it's buried. I can't even tell you.
We should look at any of the
like
footage.
shitty shaky shot of a bird.
Yeah.
That's your truth. I'm like,
Drops the camera in the river.
It is pretty shaky. Like it's not like the cleanest shot. Because I'm shooting
most of them weren't. But
200
works.
millimeter.
Yeah.
You know, handheld on this riverboat. But
right back. I just need to on. Oh my phone. Okay. All right. Act like I'm.
Yeah.
Act like I'm not here. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. What's the next thing on your list?
We have all the projects, so I was gonna go into
Okay.
the YouTubers.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
What is he grabbing?
I don't know. I think he's grabbing his phone. I don't know if he's got to like play something on his phone or.
Well, yeah. I just wanted to because we were talking about the I'll wait till I can see.
Yeah, let's see the podcast walking around.
We could do a walk and talk on the Freedom Trail.
Whoa, sorry, Eric. I just kicked the shit out of your leg.
That's your one warning, my friend.
I want to play the best part of the whole. Oh my god, Rod,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I will say I'm very animated.
Dude, this guy's
That was my favorite part of the whole
fuck.
project.
The guy's laughter.
Drew just like,
Guy's giant.
oh my god.
It really doesn't get old. I feel like
No, it doesn't.
Oh
It
my
doesn't.
God,
Yeah.
dude. When you first said that, I thought for sure that had to be edited. I was there's no way.
it's actually completely
No way.
uncut.
He used 11 labs
Uncut.
to generate that.
No,
Yeah.
That's wild.
that's the beauty of real life, living in the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is wild.
yeah.
Okay, so you want to move on to the second half of the.
Yeah. Part one.
Oh,
We're gonna have a brutalist.
I think
it's gonna be two podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think.
Whoa.
I don't think you have to
This has been
spend.
long past.
We don't have to spend a crazy amount of time on this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you want to set up because it was your idea.
Yeah, okay. So again, I've been trying to come up with some prompts, just to some a few different things to chat about. And lately,
We don't have enough to talk about.
yeah, we don't have enough. I
Really?
figured, I was like, man, they might get dry. So here's an extra thing we can probably bring up. So I kind of send you guys just something to think about, or I guess maybe I sent you on a mission because I don't know how much of this you do. Primarily, my content consumption is from YouTube. I follow a bunch of YouTubers. I only have like 10, 15, 20 minutes of time each night to watch content. So usually I stick to YouTube.
What kind of content? 10 minutes
Yeah.
you're watching.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I need
Only for fans.
seconds. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I just was very curious if you guys had any like YouTube. So I've been trying to like find new people to watch and turn off my phone. More new people to watch, and I was just curious if you guys had anybody specific that you really liked that, you know, was really insightful or valuable when it comes to video production, growth in business, you know, tips and tricks on the industry.
I'm gonna admit to you, most of mine are not any of that.
Okay, that's fine. I'd say okay. That it doesn't have to. I was just curious if there's something like people that you really either motivated you or you enjoyed watching, and why was that? But
Yeah.
so yeah, either of you guys can start because I'm very curious on what direction you guys are gonna go with this.
Do you want to go? To...
Should we? Okay. Do we dump all three at once, or do we go one and the other and
Let's all do one
round
Yeah,
a circle?
Yeah,
That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me.
Eric, you start.
you want me to start? Okay.
Yeah.
So my first one is this guy named Soup, and
Beautiful.
Soup does old school RuneScape videos.
Yo.
And what I really admire about his work, he has this one series.
Well, you love RuneScape.
He has this one series that like transcends the game called Gilmore Games, and
Whoa.
it is literally like you take a reality TV show like Survivor, and you bring it into RuneScape, and it is the most well produced video game content I've ever seen. on
Really?
platform. Yeah. It doesn't feel like like a video game kind of thing. It feels like a real game show with all these,
Like a Mr. Beast's Amazon Prime game show.
It's honestly-
More advanced.
I like how he says
more
like a
advanced.
game show in your first frame reference. Like Mr. Beast.
these games.
Yeah.
No, it's honestly more well produced than that.
Wow.
We're talking Wheel of Fortune.
Yes. It really is more like something. Honestly, it seemed a bit more well produced than like Survivor. It's like
Oh.
just the way he edits it and the storylines that
Keeping up with the Kardashians, kind of.
exactly, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
There's just a lot of crazy storylines that come up naturally and stuff that he crafts and stuff in the storyline.
Wow.
It's pretty insane. And that's why I think it's cool because and why I say it transcends the game, because a lot of people watch it who don't even play the game. Like old school RuneScape YouTubers, I feel like are capped at the amount of like subscribers and views that they can get for the most part. Like most of them don't have more than like 200 or 300K subscribers.
Yeah.
On a platform that has like millions of subscribers. And but all of his videos will get like millions of views. And it's like it's crazy that he's able to tap into an audience that doesn't even play this game
That
because
human element, yeah.
yeah,
And I get the power of narrative. I think
Exactly.
like, really
Yeah.
showcases that.
Now RuneScape is like
You don't have like any
it's like a
clue?
clicking game.
medieval clicking game, yes.
Okay.
Oh, and one thing I should point out too. So all the contestants on the show are other RuneScape YouTubers.
That's fun. So it's kind of like bringing everyone together too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so there's like
So it's like a star-studded cast.
exactly,
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
So there's like rivalries that form. There's teams that form. There's all these like all this narrative and drama that happens. It's just really really well produced. So I don't know. I admire it. Because at first I would watch it because I'm like I play the game, but then I was like, this is actually like incredibly well made.
Yeah.
Like he's done 4 seasons of it now, and the first one was kind of like rough around the edges, but then like season 2, season 3 is building up in terms of the production, and now it's like it really is like a real game.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. Honestly, I find it more enthralling than any season of Survivor I've ever watched.
Wow.
So
So when did you discover this?
Damn.
when he first started, because I've been subscribed to him for a while, so as soon as he posted the first episode, I've been watching it. So I think it would be like maybe 2020 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, it's great.
That's cool.
So RuneScape.
I will legitimately add that to my list.
Yeah, I can send you like a snippet or maybe like one
Yeah.
section of video, and you can see kind of
Yeah.
the vibe I'm talking about.
What do you do in RuneScape? You click stuff.
So, are you actually not familiar with the game, or
I've never seen RuneScape.
okay? So RuneScape, it really is like
Sounds like a joke.
I've literally,
can't believe
you're telling me RuneScape, and I'm picturing like the different ore blocks from Minecraft. For some reason, I'm thinking like the pixely.
I mean, it is
Top down though. Top down.
not top down. No.
Not top. Not top down.
No.
It's hard
It's
to
like a-
describe it because it's not like
You're
Yeah,
mining.
it's really just like a bird's eye view.
You're mining
Yeah,
stuff.
from a
it's like a
360 angle.
Fighting people.
there is some fighting. There's
It's
some
like
fighting.
Fortnite.
Not like
no,
Fortnite.
no.
This is the only game I've played. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
it's a
like-
little clicking game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you be like
The
a?
Warcraft?
Because
I've seen it.
It is an
I've
MMO.
never played it.
So-
but I've seen
Okay,
it.
you've seen it. So I'm trying to
I played Fortnite.
describe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plays Fortnite.
I've played Fortnite.
Yeah.
Is it like Fortnite?
No. It's just like it's just like a fantasy game where you just focus on crafting, like becoming an artisanal craftsman at whatever skill. So it's like you can roam around this
You can kind of
giant
pick whatever you
world.
want.
Yeah, like my first thing, you want to guess what my big thing was in RuneScape?
Baking bread.
Fishing.
Oh, beautiful.
I got to
Fishing it.
99 fishing and that was it.
I
Okay.
did not get 99 fishing.
I think I got to like 31.
Yeah. Do not give that.
You're just hoping no one would just.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you?
Max though recently.
What do you do, Eric? What's your?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
What's your artisanal?
Well, I max.
He maxed
I max
everything.
Every skill I max. So
Whoa.
Which
max
is-
is everything.
an insane accomplishment. Like,
What's the hour count?
because the crazy stat there is because you level up, you go from 1 to 99.
So he has a 99 on like how many different things?
So when you
It's like 27 skills.
27 skills, but when you get to like level, so when you grind through level, what was it, 9 through?
It's
1
most
through 97.
Logarithmic. logarithmically.
Also, it gets harder as
So when
speeder
you're
as you go.
97, level 97,
No,
you're
it's worse than that. Or I guess it's not worse, but halfway to 99 is 92.
92.
So,
So if you get to 92, you're halfway there.
you're halfway.
What the?
Because it's
That's so mean.
It's 13 million experience to get to level 90.
Why would they do that to you?
So level 92 is 6 million.
Why would they do that to you?
Make it harder.
Wait, 6 million.
Or sorry, 6.5 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that's a significant number.
Well, maxing is 13 million.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, no, but 6 million really just stands out to me as like a number.
shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here.
That
Yeah,
sounds
that's-
pretty fun.
You get a certain title, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that sounds like a fun little computer game.
How you win it, son?
That's a boot it up and give it a
Yeah, give it
a try.
college try.
Yeah.
Soon I'm gonna be playing Mario Kart nonstop though. When the Mario Kart King comes out, I'm never gonna be anywhere. I'm gonna be driving around as the
He's
cow.
gonna max and
I'm gonna be the cow from Moo Moo Meadows. I'm gonna be driving around.
Dude, the amount of hype that cow is getting is blowing my mind. I don't even recognize that character. I don't know what that is.
What is
It's
that?
not for
Oh,
you,
it must be
dude.
From
It's from Moo Moo Meadows, dude. It's
Oh.
in the name.
I thought it was from
You know in Moo Moo Meadows?
Harvest Moon.
No.
Or-
You know in Moo Moo Meadows, there's the cows that you crash into.
You-
Well now, bro.
Is Moo Moo Metal? What?
What is wrong? What's happening
you
right
talking
now?
about?
You played Mario Kart before.
Yeah, I don't.
Moo Moo Meadows.
Is
It's
that-
like one of the it's one of the most iconic tracks.
Oh, okay.
It's a farm.
Double Dash?
I think so.
I've only ever played Double Dash in all the games before it, so I don't know.
That's when RuneScape kicked in.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well
Yeah.
there's cows that you crash to, and they're just obstacles. And then in this game, they're like, "What if that cow is a guy you drive?"
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's excited for it.
I'm
I
excited.
gotta-
I'm gonna give them $90 for that game. Don't care.
I'll
do it.
Going to...
Why is that game $90?
It's $80
It's $80. Why is that game $80?
because I think they've spent like 7 years making it. Probably.
It's because Nintendo.
Okay, this argument will go on forever. All I'll say is that the original games for the Super Nintendo cost that much money pre-inflation, so it's actually not really that bad.
No. But the rest of the industry's held with 60. So
Has
I
it?
feel like
It has up until very recently. Yeah.
Yeah,
has
it's kind of jumping forward.
Yeah. I mean, because with the whole like
GTA 6 is probably gonna be like fucking
um
$90 or something.
most AAA games are $70 now.
Oh,
They
really?
just kind
Yeah.
of upped it in the last
Yeah.
probably 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah. And not everyone
great.
is doing it.
It's not
You
great.
know, like
Yeah.
the big ones like EA and what's Ubisoft. Like every Ubisoft game launches at 70.
Yeah, that's
Are
crazy.
you serious? Because like,
Yeah.
there's not even like a Ubisoft game that's worth that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
A
thinking.
Ubisoft game is a perfect $40 game.
Yeah, like
This is actually I've never heard
It's like
something
peak
more-
$40 game.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is pretty fun.
dude, the last new game that I bought, Starfield. Haven't bought a new game since.
That's not
I
that
know.
surprising.
I
Yeah.
know.
You still beat
Have
them.
you seen the new game that I committed to? Do you see me
No.
on Steam?
No, what game we got?
I don't even want to talk about it. It's not even worth it.
I go next. Oh, okay.
So there's this Mario Kart YouTuber.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. The only like filmmaker that I really follow is Luke Forsythe. I think you probably both know who he is, but for anyone who doesn't know, he's just kind of like a documentary DP. And he covers a great range of things because recently he literally did like a passion project, like short indie documentary that he crowdfunded. So it was like $5,000 and he made it himself. But then he's also DP like Netflix documentaries and like, so he has like this whole range of work. And what I like about him is I honestly don't watch that many video people, like videographer content creators, because so much of it is so gear focused. And obviously like that is important to a certain degree, but at the end of the day with me, like I just know so many people that know gear.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch videos about it. It honestly doesn't interest me that much. Like I like some parts of it. Like obviously there's some gear things that I would like to get, but I love Luke Forsythe because he does some gear, but it's all from a practicality standpoint. Like he made this one great video about like how to like start again. He was like, how I would start again right now if I was starting out. And he's like, don't buy brand new cameras. Don't give in to like all these people you see that do like unboxing brand new cameras. Just buy a camera on like Facebook Marketplace. Just get a camera. Like any camera that you can get that is like better than whatever you had previously, that's all you need. You don't need the next greatest thing. You just need something that suits your needs that you like using. And that's really the most important thing. And all this stuff's kind of in that practicality standpoint where it's very like, it's more about like career advice and just how to like stay motivated and how to stay, productive and less about like the gear, which I really appreciate because that's kind of the stuff that I find the most important because like it's easy to get burned out into, the one he made recently that was great. It was a video just kind of talking about if you're very creative but you struggle to be like motivated to do things, and he's talking about like obviously you get done from like your 9 to 5, you get done, you go back, you go home, and you're like, well, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything today, I've worked enough, I'll do this tomorrow. And like there's a lot of people that are like, you gotta grind, brother, you gotta hit that grind, you can't be comfortable. And he says in such a more practical way where he's not like mean about it. He's just like, if you really want to do something, you should just be doing it. Like you can't always be like, obviously there's some things that are excusing it, but you just need to get out there and just do stuff. Like you can't really call yourself a filmmaker if you're not going out and making films. That doesn't mean that your films have to be watched by a lot of people or anything, but it means you have to actually be making things. Like, and it's very empowering because it's like anyone can do that, really.
Yeah.
And that's really, I don't know.
Is that the one where he's talking about when he tried to set up a trip to get like street photography?
Right, he just never ended up doing it because
he never could really get into it fully.
Because he's just, and like I've known so many people that are like this, and I sometimes fall into this, but not as much as other people. And I think it's because I brainwash myself into not doing it. But some people get into like the pre-planning rabbit hole where they get so deep into like, I have to plan this, I have to plan this. Once I get it planned to this point, then I'll do it. And then it just never gets done.
Yeah.
And so for better or for worse, but like I've learned to be like the opposite of that. Where I'm like, I will just, if something is interesting to me, I will make the decision. I'm going to do it on this day, and I will do everything to prepare myself up until that point, but I'm doing it. Like, I'm not going to not do it.
Yeah.
So like, I just think that's, obviously it means sometimes you fail, but like everyone needs to fail. And it means I'm actually just doing stuff.
Yeah.
Which is the most important thing. It's not everything you do has to be amazing, but you do need to be just doing stuff, active.
Yeah. And like, it's crazy too, because there's a lot of times in life where you think like, oh, it's probably not realistic for me to do it. In that time frame, you might not realize it, but that's like your best time to do it. Like, it really just gets harder and harder and harder.
Well, no one ever has an ideal moment to do anything.
Yeah.
Like you just have to put in the work and be doing it,
Exactly.
Part of it, yeah.
And there's another video, because I am a gear guy. I do like just seeing what the latest gear tech is and what features it's
some stuff like that.
He does. I don't know if you saw the latest one. He's been doing these deep dives on like reviewing the industry as a whole almost. Like I don't know if you saw like the one where he talks about what camera Anora was shot on versus 28 weeks later versus like Alien Rotters or something like that. And it was he does like a great like analysis, like background of like why they chose. He's like, it might not make any sense like for you why they chose this camera, but here are the reasons why they went with this camera and why, like, again, similar is like you don't have to wait to like save up to get an FX3. Like these guys did it.
Because your favorite movie was shot on the camera doesn't mean you need that camera
to
make something that's like that, or make something that is what you want to make.
Exactly. They saw a project and they were like, we don't need the best of the best. Like they were super, and that's again why I like looking into the gear, is like finding the best tool,
best value as well. Yeah,
and it's like so it might not be the most expensive, but I want to know what are the limitations of this piece of gear, and is it worth like that investment, or is it worth like finding something a little bit cheaper, like for exactly what I want to do, and like because our stuff is so wildly different. Like one day we're shooting boats, the next day we're doing some corporate stuff, the next day we're on a racetrack. And for me, it's just like, does our ecosystem of gear allow for us to be as flexible in those scenarios where we're going into something, chances are we've never done before? Is this gear in the heat of the moment gonna like cause an issue where suddenly it gets between us and trying to find the best narrative, get the best shot, get the audio, get whatever it needs? Is that gear going to create a brick wall for us? So when he does like an analysis of like, this is why these producers or whoever chose these pieces of gear for this movie for their vision, I thought it was super cool. So he's been doing these deep dives that I really appreciate.
Like it feels a lot more practical. It's not as much of just like whoa, this is the brand new blah 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 blah. It's like, here's actually like hard actual evidence of like stuff that will actually help you.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever I see like a new thing announced, I'm like, okay, versus what I have. Is this going to make things easier for me? Doesn't really seem like it. I'm all set. Or, okay, we've hit this kind of this brick wall in the past and this alleviates that or gets rid of it completely. Okay, that's something that I can put on the roadmap of like, this would be nice to have if we were to do something like X, Y, and Z again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I really like his videos about kind of his path in filmmaking. And,
yeah.
Right. It's
like
very.
he was in Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah, his videos about Mexico I really liked. You know,
Yeah.
his journey there, because that's where he shot the Netflix thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just hearing all about that and everything was really insightful, and he's got a lot of knowledge. So
Yeah.
I think it's just really nice about it. Like, obviously, this is a really not the most important thing, but I feel like he strikes a good balance of like not being an annoying douchebag about like you need to grind, brother, but he's just like very like practical and like you do need to work for this. Here's how to do it, and he just I don't know, just has a great way
Very
for
transparent too.
right, like very transparent. Like this is hard, it's not easy. There's no like hack to just get good,
Yeah.
something like that. You know?
One video that I really liked was he was talking about like he was talking about like the fear of like the industry being oversaturated, especially when you're trying to grow. And he just said like if you are like in your 5-year mark, chances are like you're gonna outcompete and outdo the people who are just starting. Like even though there's people just starting who are gonna undercut you and come in underneath you, there's a high chance that they're only going to do this for a year and realize that it's not for them. Whereas you've done this for 5 years now, like
through sheer like math, you've
Yeah.
done enough that you've learned something. And
yeah,
get better.
you've evolved enough and established yourself enough where you will just kind of remain a dominant player. And like chances are you won't just like, unless you're, I guess, absolutely doing nothing 5 years later. But
That's the thing. I feel like the only people that have to worry about that kind of thing are the people that are like not very good.
yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, again, like every industry has new people popping up. It's good to have more interest in your industry. If you're like actually someone who's good at what you do, then you shouldn't be afraid of that.
Yeah,
You should
exactly.
embrace it.
And honestly, like embrace working with those people.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
The more the merrier.
yeah,
you know?
like
It's-
bringing you on board, honestly, like opened up a new way of how we've been able to produce videos.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like combining efforts of
dude,
what we've
I didn't think I could use a gimbal before, but you really showed me a gimbal is the way to success, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Cut
man.
this out.
Thank you. The gimbal god, man.
Cut this out. Cut
Yeah.
this out.
Yeah. Perfect.
So
Yeah.
Oh!
now it has to get cut out.
Oh, God. Okay, you got a YouTuber?
All right. Yeah. So, similar.
Mr. Beast?
Yeah. Honestly, I've been on a Mr. Beast kick. No.
I don't know Beast games.
It's
I like
funny,
Fortnite.
I went and visited my parents, and I'm like, "Hey, what are you guys been up to?"
no.
They're like, We've been watching Mr. Beast. I'm like, "What the?"
Like Beast games or on YouTube?
just on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Huh."
The rot has set in.
Yeah.
Dude, boomers have worse rot than anyone else.
Dude, it's fascinating.
They're rotted to the
my
core
dad said to
within
me,
the
like,
internet.
15 Instagram reels a day.
I'm like, brother, get off your
I
phone,
took a
dude.
check them. I'm like, dude, I don't know how you have this much free time.
I'm
Like,
saying, like, my
keep up with
parents, they are on their phones so much, and I'm like, nothing wrong with that, but like, get off your damn phone. Like,
Well,
you kids in your phone.
if I was in my dad's
your
shoes
phone.
today, he'd be
Yeah.
like, quit dubbing around.
Right.
Idiot. Yeah.
Get off your phone.
Now he's fully embraced the
Yeah,
brain
they've
rot,
embraced
so,
the phone.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But so for me, one of my YouTubers that I really like, Luke Forsyth was one of them. But Mark Bone.
Yeah.
yeah,
They actually collabed.
Yeah, they do
They
some
collab recently, yeah.
There's a lot of really talented guys in Toronto. Not
Yeah,
gonna-
Toronto's just
That seems to
booming.
be an absolute hub of
it really
some
is.
industry pros. But yeah,
And Mark
so-
Bone's great. Yeah.
Mark Bone is another good one of like his lessons, his little like 8-minute lessons, fantastic. Like the value on those, like I'm always curious like what his full course would be like. I'm sure it would be super insightful and valuable, but even just those videos for being free and available, I'm like, wow, this is a lot of value right here. Super valuable content. So anytime he comes up with a video, and he's varied too. Like sometimes it seems like rarely he's talking about gear. A lot of his is like whatever he's up to,
Process.
whatever project he's in, he's like, hey, this is how I'm handling it. And it's super insightful.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen any of his latest videos.
I haven't watched them lately, but one thing I like about Mark Bone is how kind of bare bones he is with gear.
Or
He
Mo.
doesn't. Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Like his rig and his setup is pretty like
Simple.
So yeah,
you know, it's like every piece of gear is pretty purposeful.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that much. Because he travels around a lot, so like I think he likes to keep it pretty light. So
What's what I like about, because obviously like I do love narrative filmmaking, but something that I love that is objectively so much better in like the circle of growing like documentary filmmakers, that they are so much better about not gatekeeping stuff. Like people that are getting into narrative filmmaking, some of them, they just gatekeep so much. Like they're always like, they're very formalistic. It's about like, you got to get the big crew and you do all this and that. And like, I feel like documentary people like Mark Bone and Luke Forsythe, they're just very like, whatever you need to get it done. Like, and again, like Mark Bone, like he obviously has to pay the bill. So he does have like a paid platform, but he doesn't just do that. Like he offers so much for literally no money, for free. Like, you know,
he like advertises it. There's a lot of people who just advertise their online courses, and it does feel gimmicky. You're like, like, all right, yeah, you got to pitch it. I get it. I'm going to fast forward. But anytime he's just, you know, he's just like, hey, we talked about this a little bit. If you do want to learn more, I can answer it in the comments, but there is a course on it if you want to do a deep dive. And I'm like, okay, that kind of pitch, I think is the best way to do it. So
I mean, it's really revealing too, because I think I watched a little bit of him, but I didn't watch much of him. And then recently, there was a Luke Forsythe video where he's talking about doing documentary stuff, and at the end, he was kind of talking about Mark Bone, and he was literally like, literally like talking about Mark Bone's like school. He was like, you should do this. Like, and then he was talking about how he's like, yeah, I also have my own like paid platform to teach people things, but I'm also like, I want people to learn as much as possible. So I'm not just going to like pretend that other people don't exist. He's do both. Like do whichever one helps. Like it was just really nice to see someone who is not just trying to beef up his own, like they're supporting each other. Like they're not just like competing. They're realizing like we have a similar audience and we're both just trying to grow in this industry. So they're like helping each other and acknowledging each other instead of just being like trying to outdo each other, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, and so with Mark Bone, some of his latest content has been on his latest documentary shoot for this like bodybuilder, this like championship bodybuilder, and some of the behind the scenes stuff. There's been like a lot of behind the scenes on how he's like crafted his interviews that he's done, and then it's been super helpful on how he's been handling shooting sessions, getting B-roll with this subject, this individual, because it's a lot of work that we do is very similar, and that, you know, when we're getting more flexible with it, we're able to build it out a little bit better. But he goes into like, you know, we only have like a couple of times where we can hang out with him, and there's a lot of times where, you know, we really just followed his footsteps, and then the final day was all this like cinematic directed stuff. But majority of it, I did a good job of keeping my distance and balance, and letting him pour out emotions, and, you know, a good time to put the camera away and a good time to bring it out. Like he was able to like read these signs, and he kind of just went through his process on how he captured B-roll, and which is kind of big. One thing I'd like to try to build more on, because we get kind of pigeonholed in this situation where B-roll is very limited, and there's only so much that we can get with our subjects. And I'm always trying to come up with ways of like, how do we get just a little bit more next time and a little bit more after that?
Absolutely.
So it's stuff like that. Just watching his process on it has been super valuable. So yeah, so that's mine. That's mine.
There you go, Mark.
From
Bonerville.
Yeah. Perfect. We're back with you.
Okay, my next guy is Lamino. If you guys have seen his stuff.
Not at all.
He was kind of like, I feel like there's been a huge rise in like the video essay kind of category on YouTube. He's like one of the OG guys. I really feel like he kind of broke new ground in that area and was kind of like leading the pack when it came to video essays, especially when it comes to his visual style, where it's like very dark and like kind of ominous music with like map graphics and, you know, all that kind of like After Effects graphics that is all like text stuff and stuff like that you see a lot in video essays now, and he was kind of like the trendsetter for that back in the day. And I mean, he personally inspired me. That's why I did my YouTubes back. My YouTubes.
Why did I get my YouTube?
When I was doing my couple YouTube videos back in the day, those video essays, he inspired me to make my own, because I was like, I've always been into documentaries, but didn't think about, when you think about documentaries, you think about going out and shooting things. But here's this guy who's making incredible films all from home, just using After Effects and whatnot. And I was like, wow, this is actually kind of amazing that I can just research a topic and then kind of come up with the visuals, scrounging up whether that's resources online or making my own things in After Effects. So yeah, it inspired me a lot to go down that path, and that's ultimately why I made those 2 videos.
Were you in process of making a third?
I was actually, yeah. I was making a video about the assassination of Kim Jong-un's brother. Yeah.
Damn.
But
You gotta get back into that.
I want to hear.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
it's been a while since I've
Everyone in the comments, tell Eric to bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Exactly.
I was in the middle of it. I mean, it's been a long time now, but the problem is it takes so much research.
Yeah.
And it's like, by the time you get through all that research, it's like, okay, I don't even have anything. I just did weeks and weeks of work, and I still have an empty timeline.
I was gonna say, how do
It's
you
like-
approach that? Because I love that kind of content, but I can't even imagine starting out with something like that. Like, so when you're researching, how do you build that into like a structure? Like how do you kind of go like, this is what the video is going to be? And
So I read about I say the story, but like if it is,
Right.
if I am focusing on something in particular, I read about it from like as many different perspectives as possible, and then try to think of like, what is the most interesting angle here, or what is a perspective that no one's really thought about, or a conclusion no one's really come on from everyone else's perspectives. So from there, yeah, it's just like a lot of writing down specific quotes from readings I've read, and finding different reference materials. And in that process, I'm also gathering like any kind of pictures or articles that I could use in the video itself, and just writing out different ideas for how I can translate this to something being actually on screen. I don't know if that fully answers the question.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because I never considered like the perspective of it, because you watched all these videos, and I guess I never considered like telling it's being told from an actual, like, from a perspective of
Right. I mean,
that's really cool.
it's not like you're just reading a Wikipedia article out.
Well, yeah,
obviously, which I think a lot of people think that's what it's
right, exactly, because
But-
when it's done well, you kind of not thinking about it, so it's kind of,
I mean, it's dramatically similar to what a process you might have done in high school writing papers.
right.
That's why we're calling it a video essay. Is like
It's an essay, yeah.
essentially what it is.
Mhm.
And I approach it the same way, where it's like you come up with a
your thesis.
your thesis,
Yeah.
and then you kind of build it out from there. I only really came to that conclusion halfway through when I was like, I really fucking hated writing essays in school, and this is literally the exact same process. I mean, it's way more fulfilling because I'm adding video into it, but
right.
but ultimately that is the part I get so bogged down in, is that research and writing phase. And since then, stuff like ChatGPT has come out, and that does make it a lot easier, not for writing, but more so the research process of like kind of coming up with ideas, because you can kind of use ChatGPT to bounce ideas off of, being like, okay, so there's this story, what's maybe like an interesting angle on this, and then kind of go from there. Just throwing out ideas with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And so I've done that a few times. The problem is this area of video essays has become so saturated on YouTube that if you find an interesting video topic, someone has done it thricefold. Like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads me into one thing I wanted to talk about. I was going to ask if this is related to what you came into my office this week and you're like, by the way, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. So
this is a bomb drop right here.
One of the videos I worked on was a video about the Lost Franklin expedition, which was an expedition trying to find the Northwest Passage across
Great story.
the Canadian Arctic.
yeah.
Yeah. Because if you're not familiar with that area, but there's a lot of islands and everything separating that water, so it's hard to find the exact route through, and it's all frozen over. So in the 1800s, they were trying to map that so they could have a trade route there. So tons of expeditions went out, but one of the most famous one is the Franklin one, which had the HMS Terror and the HMS Erebus, and both these boats sank, and no one was able to find them for a very long time, not until actually like a few years ago.
Yeah, not that long ago. Yeah.
So I made this video, and obviously before I made this video, lots of other people have made this video because it's a very famous topic. But when I made it, I was like, how can I make this different than the ones I've seen? I will do it in a different visual style. You know, I'll kind of match the time period, do like old-timey like fonts and old-timey kind of graphics. I'll, you know, do that thing in After Effects where I'll take an image and I'll kind of like put it in a 3D space so there's depth of field on it, and then I'll do like chromatic aberrations on them.
It's a well-produced video.
Yeah.
It was very immersive.
But so this is where I came to the video, and is like I don't really know that much more about this topic than everyone else, but I can make it look more interesting.
Yeah.
So that was my whole approach. Now a couple days ago, I went on that YouTube channel, and in the recommended was a video about this expedition. So I was like, okay, I'll click on it. I clicked on it, and as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, this guy's plagiarized me.
What do you really?
How so?
So now that might be a little strong because he's definitely seen the video and he's definitely taken heavily influence. And there's elements of my video that he's directly copied. Specifically, I have these like chapter graphics that it's like okay, chapter 1, chapter 2, and it's like a dark background with like snow falling.
So you just kind of like,
so he's whole cloth copied those. He's copied the fonts, the sound effects and everything, and even the animation of the text and everything.
Damn.
Like they pretty much look identical. And then, you know, the rest of the visual style is very similar to mine. I wouldn't say copied, but it's like the same kind of map graphics and everything. And a lot of people do that kind of stuff, but like they're
It all lines up
remarkably
really
similar.
well. Yeah.
You know, like black background, red trails and everything.
Yeah.
Visual style I was coming up with. Like I was saying, some of the images, like I did like the 3D space thing. He would take the exact same image, lay it out in 3D space in the exact same way, and do the exact same camera movement on the image. And I'm like,
Damn, dude.
damn,
man.
kind of like
Terrible.
identical. And at the same time, though, so my video is like 12 minutes. His is like, I think like 25 or something, or 30.
Okay.
And he has a lot more research into it and a lot more information in his. So it's like a lot of areas he's kind of like built upon what I did and did it a lot better. So I don't want to take that away from what he's done. But like, it's very evident that a lot of, like, he's seen my video and a lot of them are just pulled from there.
Wow.
So I feel a little conflicted on it. I'm like, yeah, okay, a lot of art is stealing, kind of like revamping it, but like, I don't know, I'm like,
That's so clearly just one person that he's stolen it from. It's kind of like,
it's like, dude, come on.
That's interesting.
what if you find another video that he's taken all the other information from and he's just mishmashed two videos?
So, okay, I see what you're saying. I was gonna say I watched a couple of his other videos, and one of them he's copied from Lamino.
So just kind of
So I kind of think he does this a lot.
Has he been rewarded from it? Like, does he have a huge bigger audience?
He's got about like, I think it was like 85K subscribers. The Franklin video he has 300,000 views on.
Wow.
Yeah. For reference, mine has 1,000 views. So
Oh my god.
so
damn.
See, that's what I hate.
I know.
Is
yeah.
you made that leap to be creatively different and come up with something unique and original, and the copycat is what the
He said the joke, but louder, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't want to. I honestly don't even want to say. I'm mostly saying plagiarize to be a little dramatic, because I do think he's built upon a lot of my
Mm.
ideas and kind of made him his own. It's just some of the more specific things that I would
Yeah.
be like, that definitely was mine.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels a little conflicting to see.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it just like a sad realization, or are you're gonna
Take action.
see him?
I'm not gonna take
Cool.
action or anything, and I'm not gonna reach out or anything.
Hey man, I think it's pretty fucked up what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like he's got enough of his own work in there that I would never want to like take it down or anything.
Yeah.
like that.
Just gotta do it back to him.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
One up him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little disheartening to see, especially with
Yeah.
how much success he's gotten. Because
Yeah.
I mean, most amount of views I got on one of mine was like 17K.
That's pretty. Is that the rabbit one?
Yeah, that was a rabbit one.
That's a good one.
And that took a
Yeah.
while for it to get any amount of views. So
Yeah.
Damn.
like to see someone else kind of like, I'm almost more upset because I'm like, he kind of was doing a similar thing and kept going with it and got
Mhm.
that success.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, maybe if I just kept going, I could have reached there.
You can just keep going now.
Yeah. It's still.
Yeah, it's just so I made those 2 videos when I was unemployed. So it was each one took me a month of work, and that was all I was doing
Yeah.
for the whole month.
Yeah.
And that includes the research, writing the voiceover, and all the animation and everything. And it's like it's hard for me to pick it back up again because it's like I know that one of those videos would probably take me like 3 months of doing it after work every day.
Yeah,
you
man.
know?
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. I really loved it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it was a labor of love.
Yeah.
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 So
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yup. Yup.
Really, what deters me the most is that research, because like
Yeah.
There's just
trying
so
to
much.
just find
Yeah.
an idea and expand upon it is very hard.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think that's like just hard to do in like the YouTube space in general. Like if you want to like go into a certain niche, the amount of skill or research you have to build up to actually be like a viable like asset and leader in whatever that subject is, like you got to put a ton into it to be a credible source and actually gain that traction of people wanting to follow you.
And the
That
consistency
takes a
was
lot.
hard too. You have to be really consistent.
Exactly. So
You put
There's a hard category of video to be consistent at. I mean, even Lamino, who is like at the top of his game, he releases one video a year. That's all he does.
Really?
Damn. dude.
Yeah, each one gets
Wow.
probably like 5 to 10 million views,
yeah.
but it takes him an entire year to make.
Jeez.
And
Yeah.
so his videos are usually between 45 minutes and an hour.
Okay, so that's like a lot though.
Yeah, but it's like
It's like a feature film worth of.
whole year. Yeah.
it's not unheard of for this category. A lot of these guys, where they're doing a lot of that After Effects and stuff, like it will take them at least a couple months to come up with one
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, I mean that
it's hard to
that's
grow.
realistic time.
do you say the best way to grow on YouTube is be consistent, but it's hard to be consistent on like 3-month upload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a rough space to be in.
Man.
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. That's cool.
Yep.
All right. 2 that I'll be checking out.
Boom.
There you go.
Boom.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if I have a third, by the way. I don't know if I really want to talk about this last one, but
We might cut it out. We'll see.
Yeah.
I might maybe throw it there.
I don't even have three. I'm gonna be honest with you.
okay.
Okay.
I can think of a
We'll
third.
stick with
I
2
can
then.
think of it.
No, that's okay. We'll just stick with 2 then.
Okay. Well, my second one is one that I've more been watching recently. This is more probably of a hobby watch than my job watch or anything.
Anyway.
His name is William Verbeek, I think his name is. He's a photographer. He does mostly film photography, but he does all
Willem Verbeek.
Willem Verbeek.
Yeah.
It's two E's at the end though.
Uh,
It is Willem. It's like Willem.
okay. But
Is it Verbeek?
continue.
Verbeek.
You
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does. He's a really good photographer, and a lot of his earlier videos are just very vibey videos, the classic like photographer videos, where it's just like, I'm just going out to this specific location, taking photos, and it's just kind of a very satisfying montage.
I love starting my morning with a video like that.
Yeah, and like going to bed, you watch a couple of those.
Yeah.
But what I really like is the way he's done two kind of separate paths of videos lately, and one of them is he does kind of mini, almost I wouldn't say documentary, but mini spotlights on other photographers. So it'll be like a 15-minute long video, and I love this because so many other YouTubers that do they start doing like documentaries, like the Shane Dawsons or whoever, they insert themselves so much into it that it's like, yeah, I get it, man. This is a YouTube video, but he's like not in it. Like it's literally just he does the interviews. Like, you don't hear his voice in the interviews.
Mm-hmm.
The video is completely about this other person that he's highlighting, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a risky move to do on YouTube because
Yeah.
you get
Because his personality is what YouTube's all about.
Exactly.
You know?
So to like give up your spotlight, and your audience is really looking for your spotlight. It's a hard transition to make, and it might not. I've seen a few people try it and have no success with it and stop immediately. But I do like that kind of series.
Yeah. What I like about him though as well is like, because for me, film photography, I would love to maybe do it as a side gig, like for money one day, but I love doing it as a hobby. But doing it as a hobby as well, but doing it with a purpose is something I've been trying to get closer towards. Because I've been doing film photography now, like as a hobby for probably 3 years. And for so long, it is just like, oh, I'm going somewhere, I'll take some photos.
Yeah.
They look cool. But I really like, he's made a couple of videos recently where he talks about doing like self assignments, and that's because he'll do like photo shoots for magazines and for like people, like for money. Like he'll do like a photo shoot for a magazine for like of a celebrity or something. But then he's like, in my free time, my own passion projects, I still treat it like a project. Like I will pick a topic and I'll be like, I'm going to do a photo, project about this one thing. So like treat even things that you're not getting paid for, they're just for yourself, treat them as though you're doing it for a client. So like, he was like, I really like, because he lives in California, I think. So the most recent one they did was, it's like the relationship between all these like floral gardens, and they're all along this corridor, this power corridor. So it's all these photos of beautiful greenhouses and flower shops and stuff that are all right underneath these giant power stations and stuff like that. So it's really cool. You see all the same pretty colors that you see in any other photo because you see flowers or whatever.
Yeah.
But they all tell a story. It's like you'll see these flowers, you'll see these giant like power lines, up
such a contrasting image.
Right. And he selected that topic, and then so he sought out specific spots to take those photos and put them together as a collection. I found that really inspiring because work stands out when it has a purpose. Like obviously good photography is good photography, but photography works so well as a collection as well. Like photography books are popular for a reason. Like putting it all together and saying one thing with it, I really appreciate.
Yeah.
So I really like it.
And 100% I love doing that. And the one thing I kind of wish I kept it going, but anytime we would travel, we did a little bit in Tucson where we just walked around and did some photography.
Yeah.
I started similar thing, coming up with the same idea of like, what's like a narrative that'd be cool to like
focus on
throughout this session of just going around finding photos. And my favorite one was when I went to Nashville last year, in that during the daytime, I would just go to parks and just see people at the park.
I go smoke cigarettes in the park.
Oh yeah, at 2 p.m., which I'm quite excited to do.
Yeah.
So it was just a very different side of Nashville I never experienced. And then the typical side, which was going out late at night on Broadway and seeing a completely different crowd.
Yeah.
And it was just so cool to just see like the life of Nashville having two very different sides to it. And then being able to like set up like, like there's this, it's like one of my favorite photos. It's just like this peaceful shot of this kid on this rock bridge eating an ice cream cone. And then the next like photo carousel that I built, you see this guy drunk and he just got rejected by this girl he was trying to ask out. And it's just like this this love and hate dynamic in Nashville that I was like really big fan of, and that motivated me, and I was like, oh, I want to keep doing this. But at that point it just became such a big jump between the last time we traveled that I just couldn't continue it.
A similar thing, I don't know if you ever heard of Accidental Renaissance.
Yes, I love those.
I love those kind of photos where it's like a big, like almost like a setup scene of like a couple people, and it looks so dramatic.
It looks like the Last Supper or something.
Yeah, like something from the Renaissance era. I love those kind of photos.
Yeah.
Well, that transitions to the other thing that I love about Willem Verbeck, and also another photographer, Kyle McDougall, which I also follow on YouTube sometimes. But they both approach it.
McDougall
or something earlier. Dude, I don't know. All right, this guy is so bringing European names, dude. I don't know. But they both approach photography like, obviously other photographers are inspirational to them. But they also use paintings as a heavy inspiration, which I love because I kind of am the same. Like I do appreciate photography, but I also love paintings, and the more I do photography, especially film photography, the more I kind of start embracing my own style, which I think is a lot more painting-esque, like a lot more on the raw shapes and the colors, and not as much on like these fine details, you know?
Yeah. Dude, you've been cooking in the studio.
I've been cooking. Yeah, I've been cooking.
You've been doing your own little
Some
painting
dogs.
set.
Yeah, I've been cooking some dogs. Yeah.
I showed you the Togfather, right?
Yeah,
that was
yes.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy, and it's all about like the mentality of when you're taking the photo as well. Like part of the video that I like, or the videos I like, is that you see these photographers whenever, like obviously shooting portraits is a little different, but when they're just going out and shooting landscapes, it does feel like you're watching a painter paint something. Like it's not just going, it's like they don't even take the camera out yet. They're just looking, you look and you kind of assess the scene, and you put the camera on the tripod and you're like, this is going to be the photo. Like maybe I'll take two, but like, I'm going to make this photo. Like I'm not going to like take a bunch and then in Lightroom be like, that's just a good one. It's like, I'm going to take my time, make one or two really, really good photos.
I love that. Yeah.
And obviously, like, at the end of the day, if you're posting on Instagram or whatever, no one that is looking at that is going to be like, wow, that looks so intentional. Wow. But as far as enjoyment, like, I enjoy photography so much more when I do that. Like, lately I've been doing that. Well, I'll just go out somewhere and I'll be like, I'll just take a couple photos. And it just feels, it's so relaxing and so nice to be able to do that. Because it's kind of the opposite of what we do for video. Because what we do for video is so like run and gun, we're following everybody. And so it's so nice when you are by yourself shooting landscapes, you just be able to slow down and just be like, really take in the environment that you're in and just create the best thing you can.
That's why I loved when we did the Hearts of Pine shoot where we just were in the woods for 3
Right, exactly. You
Yeah.
could just kind of cook, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
All for
like that.
not to be used.
Yeah.
You get to see it.
We really cooked.
Yeah.
We cooked a big meal and they threw it in the river.
Yeah. Hope you're ready for nothing. Yeah.
Okay,
We'll see.
so I love that approach to photography as well. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly think it's so amazing to approach photography almost in the same way they do film, where it's like
Right.
film, they get a shot and then they kind of like bring in lights and, it's like they're crafting something.
Yeah.
And there's this photographer, I forget her name, and I think it's a male, now that I think of it. But I remember Larry really liked him as well. I don't know if he brought it up in your photo class. I wish I remember his name, but his photos they look like they're out of movies, and you'd think that they just pulled a frame from like a Cone Buzz.
Yeah.
Stills,
Yeah.
beautiful stills.
But his approach is cool too, because he has like a crew. Like every time he does a photo, he brings like a film crew.
Yeah, you got the gaffer and
they got big lights and everything. So he, even though he's taking photos, he approaches it the exact same way.
Yeah.
Must be expensive, but
but it's like worth it because photos again, like
I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
Larry's class.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
but it's like it's worth it because like even just as much as film because it's like once it's an image that is going to live forever, you know. So like put everything that you want to put into it because again, if it's worth it, if you really put all that work into it, that's something you can look at for the rest of your life and print it and put it up somewhere, sell it, whatever. But I think it's really worth putting in that work, you know.
Yeah, sure.
No.
It just forces you to consider more things. Like obviously there's so many different ways of photography and like street photography is a different approach entirely, but all these different processes they're not like better than each other, but each one forces you to really think about what you're doing, which is the most important part. Like not everyone's going to want to take like that same like painterly approach to photography, but whatever approach you take, you should really just commit to it because once you commit to a certain way of thinking, you'll get so much better at it.
Exactly.
You'll not just flip flop around and just do whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I feel so conflicted about street photography. I actually think about this so often.
Yeah.
Because when I look at street photographers from the past, like whether it be the early 1900s,
It's like really cool. Yeah.
the 40s and 50s, 60s,
Yeah.
their photos are incredible and it looks amazing. But the amount of street photographers there are now and the amount of stuff I see, I'm just like, it looks so bad. And I'm like, that frustrates me because it makes me want to go out and do street photography, but I'm like, am I just going to be one of the many that is just making shit right now?
Yeah.
Like, and you kind of, I don't blame anyone because you have to do that to get to good photos, but it's just like, I see the highlights of these photographers in the past, and it's like everything we're doing now pales in comparison.
I think the problem is half of them don't tell stories now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a photo, so it still has to tell a story. Like,
Yeah. There's an Instagram reel. I hope I saved it because I actually do want to show you guys. It's nothing mind blowing, but this guy, street photographer, and it's just like a video. He starts off with this like wide street photography shot. And he's just like, here's my street photography. And you're like, same thing. You're like, okay. But then he's like, you know, he's like, this is the story I saw. And then he goes to his actual photo where it's this very specific zoomed in portion of this wide shot. And it
changes the.
So he just cropped it, or are you saying he went?
I don't know if he cropped it or if he restructured it. If he had like, you know, a 60, 70, 80, 90 megapixel
An Osmo Pocket on top of his camera, so you got the wide and the close-up all together.
It looks, because like the way he edited it looks like it's just a cropped in version, but it's almost framed a little differently. Like he
Right, but you see the story within.
But it's just like, because you see this shot and you're like, okay, and then it started getting so fascinating because he did like 6, 7 examples where I saw the wide shot and I'm like, I'm very curious what he honed in on to like tell this story. And then each one of those, like, he's like, this is the story I saw. And it was just, for me, it really like resonated so much more. I was like, wow, that's actually
interesting.
Yeah.
I would love to see this video.
Yeah, again, I don't want to overhype it because like, I don't know.
Sounds good.
But I really,
I'll be interested to see this video and see if it's worth what you're really saying.
exactly.
Worth all it's
Exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna try.
Nobody uses it.
I think I gave it a like.
Yeah, modern street photography. I'm in like a street photography group on
Yeah.
Facebook, which is funny because Facebook's like kind of in the ether now, but you know,
I
whatever.
think it's great for
Actually, I think
groups.
Facebook is kind of pretty good right now for groups.
Yeah. But like, it's just like, again, like obviously everyone's at different levels, but like, even if you're not the best technically, I would prefer that over taking a photo that it just is like a homeless guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because it makes me sad because it just feels so like you're taking advantage of people. And obviously some of them I respect because you see some people and they're taking like portraits of people who are suffering from homelessness. And you can see that they are actually trying to be like, this is what this issue looks like. And I had the balls to go up and be like, hey, I see you struggling. Can I take a photo of you despite what you're going through? Will you let me do that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I respect that. It takes a lot of guts to go up to somebody who's clearly at like the worst moment of their life and be like, hey, can I take a photo of you? But then there's so many people where you can just see they're just at like a telephoto lens and they're just going like, yo, look, there's a homeless guy over there. I'm just gonna. I'm like, bro, what is that even saying? Like, obviously, like, if you're on public property, you can't really consent to, you don't need to consent to having your photo taken. But at the same time, like, unless you're telling an actual story and you're actually having a reason of showing somebody, why are you doing it? Like, you need to actually have a reason to be doing something like good with it, you know?
That's what
Which kind of makes me sad.
I feel so conflicted about it because like you were saying, people can take a photo of a homeless person and it can be this amazing thing of sharing their story. And like, if I saw a picture from the past of like a homeless person in the 60s, I would have made that assumption. But if I see a picture of a homeless person now, I don't make that assumption.
Yeah,
I just assume this person just is like trying to get Instagram views or something. And it's like, it sucks. I don't know. Something about the amount of people trying to all accomplish the same thing almost takes away from the goal that they're collectively trying to do.
Well, this is going to sound crazy too, because I know I just said like gear isn't that important, but I think picking one lens that's like wider angle and being like, this is my street photography lens. I think like on a moral level, that like legitimately makes you like a more interesting street photographer and better because it means you actually have to be in the situation that you're you're taking a picture of. I feel like any street photo that's like super telephoto and you can tell the photographer is not in the situation and they're just like looking from a distance. I immediately don't care. I like am not interested in that. The best street photography, the best like street photos are ones where you're like, you can feel the presence. You're like, even if like this person is not necessarily welcome, they're like in that, you know, even if it's like risky or something, they're in the situation. They're putting themselves in there instead of just like looking at it from afar. And it feels a little bit more like, oh, you're actually like appreciating what's happening in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Sure.
Cool. All right, my last one. I'll just do one more then because we should probably wrap this up. But this is one that I think you guys should check out just because. No.
Oh, we didn't mention Donkey, dude.
No.
Cut the cameras down.
I know. He's a runner up. He's a runner up. But there's a gentleman. His name's Jesse Senko.
Jesse.
His
He seems like a
channel-
GTA character.
He's like he reminds
Jesse
me of you,
Senko
honestly, a
order.
little bit.
Like
He's got
visually,
an
like,
Eric Roth vibe. Yeah.
bro.
You look like a Jesse Sank.
I love his personality on camera. I wish he made more videos. He doesn't make a whole lot of videos, but
This is a way of telling you to make more videos.
Yeah.
He reminds me just like you, Eric. I really think he should make more videos.
Failed YouTuber.
But his stuff is really good, just mainly because his background is super fascinating. He's pretty, he's got a good like artistic vision. Like he was more of an artist, like did all these kind of crazy artisanal projects like in high school. And then after he graduated college, he went into advertising. So he's got this like advertising Mad Men background. And then he switched into becoming a creative director for video production commercials.
Damn.
All the while, I think really now his main focus is he's just a portrait film photographer. So he does film photography as well.
Let's go.
So he's just got all these videos that are similar to kind of Mark Bone, Luke Forsythe, but his perspective to me is just so unique. And again, I love his videos; they're really entertaining. He is really good at like just crafting like these little narratives. So I would just like say like if you guys have a few minutes, just check out a couple.
Yeah, it sounds
What's
great.
his live? Jesse Senko. He just goes into depth on some random stuff. Like one was he was applying to get a portrait photography job for like a big brand company. And so he did this spec project where he did a bunch of like kid portraits and he explained his methodology.
What's the problem with that?
Kind of sus. I don't know.
Okay.
Jesse the sussy. I don't know. Fucking.
Yeah. So anyway, I think I just love
There's no
his-
kids on my portfolio. Let me just say that's all I'm saying. Okay,
Yeah.
all adults.
My portfolio, all consenting adults.
All adults.
Okay,
You guys went filming a kid yesterday.
they consented. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, I would just say check
That
it out.
sounds
He's
great,
got an
yeah.
interesting background that I really appreciate. Like he does like kind of video essays on like some previous work where he took a film photo and a digital photography photo. And back in the day when digital photography was like just coming up and exciting, he's like, I decided to go with the digital photo to put in my portfolio.
Right.
And then he went and revisited his film photo back after the years and had it developed. And he's like, I actually want to compare these and see if like what I'd prefer now. And then he just kind of did a deep dive on like what he appreciated about his film photography back in the day that he didn't have the lens for because everyone was hyped up about what digital capabilities were becoming. So that's just one example. And then I know he's got a bunch of creative projects and video essays that I really
That's really cool.
appreciate. So I would just say if you guys just add that to your list and
Really
put your
check that
watch,
out, yeah.
just check them out. I think you guys
So-
would find them really fascinating.
Yeah. So he does film photography. Like, does he do that professionally? Like he actually
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, like he's got a
That's pretty
home
sweet.
studio that he does a lot of film photography projects, and he does like a lot of portrait work. Like
Yeah.
the latest one where he says he built this spec project with, like he made a spec campaign based off of this children portrait photography to get a specific job, and yeah, it's just
That's
it's
really cool. No,
fascinating.
I love that because that's kind of at the stage I'm at right now where I'm trying to build, especially portrait wise. Like,
Yeah, and he talks about building
portfolio.
a portfolio with a website, and he literally
all right,
really
dude, that's
started-
what I need, dude.
He's
I'm
like,
in the
"Video
trenches.
sponsored by Square.
I'm in the.
Yeah. So
I forgot to
I
mention
think
every
what's-
single YouTuber we watch, they're all sponsored by Square.
Yeah, exactly. And so are we.
Do you
So
guys know Softway Underbelly?
Yes.
That guy is fantastic.
Yeah.
in
Oh, yeah?
videos. I would recommend checking him out. He's like
Hmm.
all his videos are longer, and it's just an interview with like someone who's probably traditionally kind of an underground person,
Hmm.
whether like a drug addict,
Then like
prostitute,
yeah.
yeah,
divorce
Remember the
lawyer.
meth
Yeah.
addict one?
Yeah.
I think it was crazy for him.
Yeah.
Victims of like incest, just all kinds of like I don't want to say the dregs of society.
But like socially,
Yeah.
kind of excluded.
Yes,
Mm.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So he has these really long form interviews, and it's not like a podcast like Joe Rogan or something like that. It's like
Mm.
you rarely ever hear the interviewer himself, but he does just a really good job at interviewing these people. Like, I think he's cutting out his questions most of the time, but like occasionally you hear him ask a question.
Yeah.
And he does such a good job of getting.
How did you discover him?
I think it was just right around on YouTube.
He's not big, right?
Yeah, he's got like millions of subscribers, and all his videos get tons of views. You honestly might have seen one of his videos. His thumbnails are always just like a black and white photo of the person's face, and it's like, whether it's like a drug addict or a prostitute or something.
Interesting. That doesn't ring a bell, but I will add that to my list. Huh.
Yeah, his interviews are very good.
Cool. All right. Well, I hate to cut it short. I would like to continue, but I do have to go to Manchester for a meeting at 6:30. So I'm gonna.
I hate to cut this 4-hour podcast short, guys.
I can't believe you made it to like 6 something. That's crazy. But okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really, any amount of this. This was a lot we covered. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one next month. I feel like we got a good. It only took a couple episodes. I really thought it was gonna take a little bit longer to get comfortable, build some topics, and.
Well,
we finally have a table.
Turns out, if you give a little notice, we come prepared.
Okay.
So
All right.
there you go.
I think you're doing that every time, but
you should.
Okay.